Hello, and welcome to DC30 and our Mythic Odyssey of Theros. D&D with an ancient Greek twist. I am your Dungeon Master Romeo, and I am joined tonight by Virla, Tamara, Alex, and Ali. Our favorite blood magic sorcerer, Satyr / Bard, Scotty, will hopefully be joining us, but he's having some accommodation trouble at the moment, so might not. And Violet will be joining us a little later. She's just slightly delayed. Other than that, we wish you a good evening tonight, and we hope to entertain you a little with some ancient Greek Dungeons and Dragons. I will begin tonight with a little shout out to a friend of the show, Benevolent Evil / DndUnleashed, maker of such fine homebrew spells as Healing Wave, homebrew subclasses as the Travel Domain and the Blood Magic Sorcerer, which both see frequent use here, as well as other spells and things that we use in the game. They just released a new sourcebook known as the Impermissicon, for all things spooky, grim, and dark, including the Bone Cobbler Artificer subclass, as well as, I think, a Vampire Barbarian subclass, but I need to double-check that. But it's sort of, that is the theme. Think Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft, but with the traditional Benevolent Evil D&D Unleashed spin on things. So yeah, go check that out on DndUnleashed.com, DndUnleashed.com. Just giving them a shout out as for they are a friend of the show, and they're awesome. A secondary announcement is we did just come back from a break, but we will be taking a tiny other break after this session, for I will be hopping on a plane to the Netherlands to go to visit Virla and Tamara, and also go to a little thing called Elfia, which is a big Ren Fair thing. But so yeah, basically I come back on the 23rd, which means next Sunday we will have to miss, but then we'll be back the Sunday after that. Or I could run things from the Netherlands from my laptop. It'd be such a 2-bit session. Nah, that would be... To be fair, we'd save on bandwidth because I could just, like, film you guys IRL. Nah, that's not a real option. But yeah, that aside, also, there is a new title sequence coming up. I do intend to publish it before the end of the series, hopefully. I have made some slight scale back on a few things, but it is brand new, and I'm hopefully going to have it ready by next session. Those are the main announcements. Is there anything anyone wishes to talk about? Then let's kick it off with tonight's episode of our Mythic Odyssey of Theros. And we're back. So, Tempest. Last we left off, you rushed into the city of Akros after a wall had been brought down by a possessed Colossus of Akros, guardian of the city. You began systematically clearing the undead, from the streets as they marched in, killing all in their path. And you began to win. Bit by bit, you rounded up and rescued civilians, teamed up with the city's militia, and managed to round them all up to the elevated citadel. the most fortified section of the city where the royal family and upper echelons of the nobility reside. After that, when things seemed most turned in your favor, you realized that there was some missing amongst the survivors, amongst the people being heralded. And after checking in with one of the captains of the Akroan army, you realized that Hilira's father was still out there. Her family was still out there, for her father had been dispatched to protect a section of the city a ways away from here, the Noble District, near the Temple of Triumph, the great arena at the center of the city, which is actually where Hilira's house is. And so, after reconvening with the Akroan forces and the Miletian forces and all the other forces marching into the city, replenishing your reserves of health somewhat, you took upon 3 chariots and charged off to find Hilira's family. And that's where we come to now. Let's double check if no, we're good. So I'm going to start off the ambience. So, there are sounds of battle still happening around you. You are charging, basically, each one of you, the 6 of you together, or sorry, the 5 of you together, are each in a chariot that is being taxied by a Miletian soldier. You're rushing through the city streets. Daxos and Defili are flying next to you. Actually, Defili would be taking a spot on the chariot next to someone, because Jason's basically galloping next to the horses, because he can't obviously fit on a chariot. But you're charging down these city streets. Hilira, you're directing the way because you know the way. You move past the market district, through a section of slum. You'll arrive shortly. Does anyone wish to do anything in this moment? All right. As you charge along, you hear a familiar but dreaded sound as more of those night veils begin circling overhead. Hey, thank you so much for the subscription, Rude Caterpillar. Really appreciate you, Tina. Thank you, thank you. As they begin to descend, Scolina says, "Oh, fuck. We don't have time for this." I'll deal with that. Hilira, get to your family. I'll catch up with you later. Just spreads out his wings again and flies off. And you keep riding, but you manage to see just out of corner of an eye, just enough of a distant, as you suspect he's breathed flames at one of them and just seems to be like, to his moves to engage the night veils. And basically keep them off your tail. But you keep galloping. You will be arriving in about 1 minute. Do you intend to dismount, or do you intend to preserve the chariots, or do you intend to ride into battle with them? Just double checking.
I'm not getting off my chariot. I'm staying right on here. Actually, here's a question. What is Jason doing? Is he a centaur riding in a chariot, or is
no,
he
he's galloping alongside you guys?
Just like that. That'd be amazing. Centaur riding a chariot.
It's at this point you hear a deep, loud, almost Godzilla-like And you watch as one of the buildings in the Royal District just begins to collapse. Rumble. And it gets leveled. And you hear the roars coming from that direction. Ilira, that's the direction you guys are heading in.
Okay.
Do you still have, are you still doing the whisper message ping thing, or like locate creature, or were you doing any of that?
No, yeah, I do still use my telepathy to just every once in a while just like go like, Dad, are you okay?
What's the range on that?
60 feet. It's not that far.
It's not that far.
But if we're on a chariot, I can also use message. Yeah, I'll also use like message every once in a while and just point in a direction and hope I connect with something, which is 120 feet.
Okay. As you point in the direction of the creature, what message do you release?
Oh, I don't know. We're coming to help. Are you in danger? Where are you? That's it.
Understood. 2 seconds, I almost forgot about something. You hear, I don't know who you are. This is Ikarion. Yes, this way. Follow the monster roar.
Right. Okay. I'll just go that way. And I'm just gonna keep going.
And the Miletian hoplites, understood. And they veer to the right, round the street. And this time you almost all have to go single file, as you basically go through an alley in order to clear out the other side. And you recognize this street, Hilira, because you can see your house from here. You see about 4 Akron hoplites, shields locked, right at the doorway of your house. 2 of these hoplites are familiar to you. One of them is Ikarion, patriarch of the House of the Roaring Bear. The other one is a man named Noros, who you've seen in a vision once before, kissing the cheek of your sister, Europa. The other 2 you don't recognize. What you also don't recognize is the 30-foot tall amalgam of flesh and limbs and necrosis that they're attempting to ward off. This stitched together Frankenstein, this flesh colossus, this abomination of limbs and necromancy. This big, fat, zombie-like creature, bloated, has like a hand like from a giant that might have looked like it was used to stitch up a hole in the gut of a different giant, like just limbs that may have been from like a completely different creature. It looks like just this gigantic golem-like monstrosity of flesh that has these like chains that lash, that basically are pinned to nipple rings that then lash around its neck here, that are being held in 2 hands by this one returned. in these in like sort of more hoplite-like gear, long ago faded and drab, holding this enormous banner pike. And they're backing up the four hoplites, including your father. They're like, you can just see just about with your perception, you two, Jason. Their brains are all racing, trying to think of like some way out of this. They are holding their ground. They are trained to show no fear and to stand in the face of any danger. But they are almost paralyzed, trying to think of a plan that has some chance of succeeding. What are you doing?
How far away is the creature?
About 100 feet.
Okay.
Give me 2 seconds.
I'm just gonna go.
Well, why don't I get the map ready?
Oh God, it's okay.
Don't say that. You sound like my players every time I tell them to. I need to get a map ready.
Lyra, Jason, Defili, Botch, Amalia, Xanthia, and Daxos. I did not have time, unfortunately, to prepare chariot tokens, so I'm going to say that basically at this point the chariots pull to a screeching halt, keeping away from the danger. They're soldiers, but they're taxi drivers. Like, they are trained to transport more than anything else. So they just pull to a screeching halt. You hop off and break into a run. They'll basically find a safe place and be waiting for you, for your summons, whatever you decide to do next. Let's activate the battle map. This one should also hopefully not be too large of a map.
Oh. Look at that thing.
Oh, wow, that is big.
In celebration of Big B Presents Glory of the Giants, I thought I'd borrow a stat block from that. Or straight up borrow a monster from that.
Looks like the Nemesis from Resident Evil and a Xenomorph had a baby.
Yeah, he just wants a hug.
Why
Just
does he look so
some
moist?
therapy.
He does look glistening, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Because he's ready for you.
Oh.
Hey.
Stop it.
Thanks very much, everyone. That will be our show tonight.
Indeed. So, oh wait, okay, so it's not facing that way. I should clarify. It is facing the other way.
What's that token in the What's that token in the middle? Is that someone riding it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big guy riding it.
Oh.
It's a bit like Oliphant from Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings is basically holding like two chains that are basically lead to nipple rings on this thing.
Oh.
They have a cave troll.
Basically.
Why does it have nipple rings?
Why wouldn't it?
Because it can.
What else is it gonna? How else is it gonna ride it?
Could you think
Could you phrase it any differently?
Nope. I phrased it exactly the way it needed to be.
Also, I can think of no better place to get someone to go in the direction you want to go without complaint.
I think without resistance is the word there. Complaining there'll be a plenty of if you return
Without
nipple
resistance,
rings.
yeah. To answer your question, why it's nipple rings? Compliance.
Oh.
It gets worse every time it happens. He goes, Daddy.
Oh god.
Thanks for the idea. And on that note, so it's about 100 feet away, and this is what you're seeing. What are you doing?
Oh, making better life choices and running away.
Look, we can still go. We can just still go back to Melody.
Tell them to go to horny jail.
Okay.
Yeah.
How far is the dude that's riding this thing, for want of a better word, riding this thing 30 feet off the ground? So that means that the creature itself is about what, 20 feet? 30 feet tall?
Yeah, it's about 30 feet tall.
Okay. Okay, good. In that case, because Botch is Botch, he's going to continue to just run up behind, not screaming, just determinedly running to get into melee range with this monstrosity.
Okay.
I'm also running.
Yeah, Tyson's running.
Everybody's running? Okay, everybody's running.
Wait, do we wanna try and like
Also running.
try and like
Yeah.
stealth it to get it surprised?
45, 50. So it's at this point, basically, I'm going to say you can get about here, but now I need everyone to roll for initiative. Because the Colossus, the Flesh Colossus may be focused upon the hoplites, but he has a rider who's capable of observing his surroundings.
What I will say is, as we are running, you see wind like rising around Jason's hoofs and going up his body, and I will be turning invisible.
Nice. And I will be taking my Weave Rider feet again so I can fly.
Copy that.
Can I give my girlfriend Xanthia a sweet kiss and give her a mode of velocity?
Yes, you can.
Cool. Take a mode of velocity.
Yeah, please. That's a D8,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that helps.
Also, I don't know if the ambience is super low for anyone else, but I wouldn't mind if it's turned up just a tiny bit more.
Okay.
Just because like the dice rolls then were louder than the ambience.
That's 12%.
Bump it up to 15 to see the difference.
So that's 16.
Okay, yeah, perfect. 16's a beautiful one. Yeah,
Okay.
beautiful. We fixed the issue.
Yay. Okay, so 25 to 20.
22.
23.
Nice. Have you and I ever not gone first and second in a round of combat in the last couple of months?
Well, this is your town, isn't it?
Yeah, we're the Acroans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Plus,
always
we have insane.
You have the home advantage.
Yeah.
I have a +9 to my initiative.
Nice. I have a +3, but advantage.
That helps.
Okay, so sorry, say that I had to fix an issue. Say that entirely again. 25 to 20?
23.
23.
22.
Okay, I'm gonna get the battle music as well going. Hopefully it's not too loud. 22 on Botch.
Yeah.
I'll deal with Amalia. Amalia, update combatant. Oh, she now there's the alert feat, so that's a 14 to initiative. 20 to 15?
Fucking hell.
15 to 10?
11.
16 for Xanthia.
16.
Well rolled. I think that's your highest initiative roll ever.
That's not true, but
Question,
yeah, I
can
did
you guys
get
hear the
6
music?
on the motor velocity, so
Just about.
Okay, so I
Yeah,
can
you
turn
can
the
turn-
music up too.
I can hear ambience.
Okay.
Yeah, the ambience and
I
then
think the
there's
music as well.
trills. Yeah.
Music's starting to come through.
I just turned it up to 13.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah,
that works.
Okay.
that's good.
So, top of the initiative order, Hilira, it is your turn.
Okay. I don't know, man. Do I just set him on fire? It's pretty. Let me see. My brain is stressed. I can't read my spells anymore. I'm going to cast try and cast Firestorm on it. Can it make me a dex save?
Sure thing. 2 seconds, let me just double check something. Yep, fire is not one of its immunities. Let me just get my dice, I apologize.
That's great. Cool.
So that's 1 for the commander and 1 for the Colossus. So commander rolled a total of 11, and the Colossus rolled a natural 17 for a total of 16.
Fails. They both fail, so they take the damage and any object in the area. Blah blah blah. Flammable objects. Yeah, flammable objects are fine.
Actually, so as you do that, Doxos, as a reaction, reaches out, and you literally feel the fire energy within you thrum. He's gonna use his Sash of Sorceress Synergy, spend a sorcery. Basically, he can use one of the Sash's charges and to use his meta magic on your spells. And he's going to use Empowered Spell. So I believe you can roll up to 5 of the dice, of the damage dice, a second time. But you must use the new
Let me
roll.
just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just roll my 7d10. Okay, I rolled a 9.
Keep it.
The 9 I'm gonna keep. 9, 7, and then I can reroll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You said, right?
Up to 5 of them you can re-roll, but you must use the new roll.
Okay, I'm just gonna reroll. Oh shit, I dropped it. Okay, that's another 7. That's a 6. That's a 3. Okay, I'm just gonna be here sitting here doing math for a second. Pardon me. That's 20. That's 25. That's shit. That is 35 points of damage.
35 points of damage.
Fire damage.
It seems to do about as much damage as you expected it to. I'll put it that way.
Well, that's good. If it didn't do as much, I would have started crying. How
No,
far away?
seemed to just 2 seconds. Yep.
And
Yeah,
then I'm going
Helira
to...
raises her hands in this roaring sheet of inferno, similar to ones you've seen generated before, erupts and just carves a swath. There's this just gigantic wall of fire. In a minute, you can't even see your house for a moment, but then it dies down, and this abomination is scarred and burned in many places.
And then I'm going to use my movement to go in front of my father. And also, as a bonus action, put up my shield. I should be able to do it. 60. Yeah. Just gonna stay here. And put up my shield as well. And that's my turn.
Okie dokie. Botch, it is your turn.
I would like to do something a little bit unorthodox, and I'm hoping you are feeling like you will allow it. So I now have a flying speed of 40 feet.
Yeah.
I would like to attempt to fly through the air, land behind the commander, and use my action to grab hold of the chain and pull backwards.
Interesting.
So I'm now behind this guy, holding him like 16 candle style, we're malleing, we're taking this creature, making him malleable together, and I want to pull it back.
I was thinking Ghost, but yeah, either reference.
16 candles, it's exactly the same kind of energy, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, make an athletics check.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool. Not raging, which is unfortunate. I probably should have done that, but I've only got 2 rages left before I need a long rest. Oh, that's good. That's a 28.
28. I'm gonna make the commander contest it, but he... Oh, I don't know that he can... No, with his 7 total. He's strong, but he rolled a total of 7. He rolled real low.
Nice.
Yeah. So I am going to say... Yeah, the, You yank! You just reach for the chains and yank, and this creature... Oop, that did not go according to plan. Its movement speed is 60, and it was over here. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Everybody make a dexterity or saving throw.
Sorry, guys.
Can I take a reaction and attack it?
Yeah.
With my bonk. Okay, that's a dirty 20 to hit.
That hits. I think that's about
Cool.
60. Yeah, that's about 60
that's
feet
about
of movement.
right. Yeah.
Daxos and Defili both also have to...
Sorry.
Oh, I don't have my dice ready. That's the wrong one. 15, 20 points of damage.
Okie dokie. 20 points of damage. Let me make a note of that. Okay, cool. Just making sure something. Okay, perfect. What did everybody make on the saving throws?
21.
Succeeds.
14.
Just fails.
Sorry.
Oh, Amalia as well.
I'm assuming I don't need to make a dexterity saving throw.
No,
so I'm
you do
riding
not.
on this
No.
thing. Thank you.
Amalia
Yeah.
rolled a natural 1, unfortunately.
Oh no. Anyway.
+4 though.
6. No, actually, 8. Everybody else? Sorry, did you say Hilira?
Hilira's not there.
I'm on the other side.
She's by Daddy.
I'm
Oh.
protecting my house.
Did you teleport? Oh yeah, no, you did
ran
that.
around.
I'm so
No,
sorry.
I ran.
I'm so sorry. Oh, I realized that. So I'll say quickly, as you run up, your father's like, Hilira? And basically that's all he has time to do. Okay. So everyone who failed, you take 19 points of bludgeon damage. Everyone who succeeds, you take half of that 8.
Sorry. Didn't realize I'd be that good at tugging its nipples.
But you got it very far away. Because I basically said it would be like Dissonant Whispers, where it uses its reaction to move up to its movement speed in that direction.
Yeah.
But it was like, oh, that's right in their path. Like, cool. Anything else on your turn, Bosch?
I don't think I could do anything. So yeah, I'm ending my turn with my. I've got a bone. Oh, I've used my action to do that. Movement. I've got a bonus action that doesn't. That's contingent on me using an attack. So yeah, I think I'm good with my movement and my action spent. So yeah, that's my turn.
Understood. Daxos' turn. He gets up, brushes the giant footprint off his chest.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Does he get fancy or... No. He looks this thing up and down for a second. Then he gets a smirk. Sorry, Botch. And he does this. and you begin to see the chain and the rings glow red hot. Botch, please make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, good at those. Okay, that's gonna be that plus that, so that's a total of 19.
Okay, he's doing a, let me just double check the wording of heat metal. Yep, he's gonna do a 3rd level heat metal.
Okay.
So 19 you said?
19.
Just succeeds.
Nice.
Any creature in take when you... Oh, it just takes damage, sorry.
Yeah, it just happened, unfortunately.
So that's 3d8. Come on, d8's at. That's 2, and that's 3. Oh, 7. 13 points of fire damage to the commander, Botch, and to the Colossus.
Yeah.
And he's just basically got that going as the chains... And the nipple rings just begin to blister and grow orange hot.
That's wonderful.
And he chuckles to himself. It is the commander's turn. It's gonna use Terrifying Battle Cry, and just, with you behind it, just holds up the banner, just lets out like this ghostly wail that doubles as like a enormous war cry. And I need everybody. Oh, actually, so the radius is 30 feet on this. Oh, actually, almost everybody's out of range, so it's not gonna do that. It's actually going to do 3 pike attacks against you, Botch. That's all it, because basically, it'd rather try, it'd rather try get you off that way.
Giggity.
First attack. That is a modified 20 to hit.
That'll definitely hit.
You take 10 points of piercing damage, plus... Shit, I lost that. D10 again. Sorry, D8 again. Oh. 14 points of necrotic damage.
So 24 in total.
Yeah, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, I can do those. Okay, that's going to be wisdom. That's a dirty 20.
Succeeds. You only take... Ooh. Oh, I rolled really high on this. You only take 16 points of psychic damage because you take half.
Nice. So right, that's piercing, necrotic, and psychic damage.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh man, this guy doesn't fuck around.
Second attack. That is a natural 20.
Yep, that'll definitely hit.
Well, that's only 11 points of piercing damage.
Yep.
But it is followed by...
Yep.
9. Oh, also, I rolled pretty shit on this. 20 points of necrotic damage. I rolled a 7, a 2, and a 1.
Nice.
Another wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, yep. Oh, good lord, that's better. That's going to be 23.
Succeeds. Oh, I didn't even roll as good in this one, so that's... Oh, that's a 12, 22, 28, which... You take 28, because it would have been... It's doubled.
Yeah.
It would have been doubled as a critical, so you take 28 points of psychic damage.
Yep.
Final stab.
Yep.
21 to hit.
Yeah, still hits. Keep going. Let's do this. Rack it off, mate. Rack it off.
That is 13 piercing damage. Yeah. 12 necrotic damage. Wisdom saving throw.
Yep. Okay, yeah, that's going to be a 16.
16 just succeeds. So that's 16 plus... That's 25... Yeah, 12 points of psychic damage.
Cool.
It's just basically... Stab, stab, stab! Just each one, like, under a different rib.
Yeah.
That's its turn.
Cool.
Next up, it is Xanthia's turn.
Okay. Xanthia's gonna move up. And yeah, she's just gonna go for it. You know, trident, all that.
Go for it.
Okay, that is a 33 to hit.
That hits. Yeah, that does hit.
Yeah, I thought so. Good. So that's 12 points of slashing and 8 points of radiant damage. First attack.
So a total of
and
20?
She's also, yeah. She's also going to activate one charge of the trident.
Okay.
To do a geyser strike.
What is that again? That's a strength saving throw?
Strength save.
Ooh. Fortunately, it's decent at those. Well, it's not proficient in the save, but it rolled pretty okay, so that's a 23 on the saving throw.
Yeah, saves. Okay. So it only takes half as much, and it's not pushed away and doesn't fall prone. Don't have my d6s ready yet, so hold on. Well, it hopefully rolls on beyond. Oh god, my internet is slow.
Okay.
15 half to 7 bludgeoning damage.
Copy that.
So second attack. That is a 23 to hit.
23 does hit.
Wow, that's 20 points of slashing and 3 points of radiant damage, so 23 total.
Nice.
And bonus action bonk, that's a 2 on the die, so a total of 17 to hit.
Hits. It's a big, slow, fat fuck. It's not that hard to hit.
Very nice. Shouldn't roll that, so that's... D4, not D8. I'm so prepared tonight. That is 12 points of bonk damage and 3 points of radiant. So 15 total.
15 total. Got it.
And that's Xanthia's turn then.
Very nice. You basically watch as, in a wild flail, it tries to go for Xanthia, but she, with her giant strength, jumps higher than the fist as it slams down. Then she lands on the hand and then begins to carve her trident into the forearm muscles. Next, it is Amalia's turn. And she's basically going to 5, jump, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and just slashy slash. Just gonna take all 3 of her attacks. Actions, death knell. Hits. 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 9 plus 6, 14 is 23 plus plus 19, 33, 42. Jesus. Abomination's not looking too happy. Oop, 1 second, I need to fix this so Amalia can still be seen. 31. There we go. And that's her turn. Your father's turn. He literally stunned. Like, the first time you have seen the most hardened, disciplined warrior of your life. A man who you've seen stare and scream down an entire band of rampaging minotaurs just... What are you doing here? That's his turn. Stunned. Defili's turn. He gets up. I take it back. Fuck Akros. Fuck you guys. And then she turns to look at the Colossus. And especially fuck you. And then she's going to cast... She used that already. Elemental chains wouldn't be good for the situation, so she's just going to do a 5th level. Well, they're all 5th level. And the area is... It is not. That can't be. Oh, right. I see it. Range area. No, that's not clear how that works, so never mind. She's just gonna use a lightning bolt. Fuck you! Yeah. 35 points of damage. Dex save from the two of them. Oh, that is a D6. Both of them fail. Yeah. You guys watch this. Unfortunately, the lightning has no effect on the Colossus. Just double check. No, I don't see anywhere that it can absorb lightning and heal. No, it's just, Yeah, no, it's just immune to lightning. The commander, however, takes full damage. And that's her turn. Jason, it's your turn.
Quick question. Would you say the rider is about 10 feet away from the neck area of this gigantic colossus?
Yeah, it's kind of on it. It's standing, like, on the neck area here.
It's on the neck area.
Yeah.
Perfect. So,
well, to be fair, this thing has multiple necks because it's got multiple heads, but like the one that you see on the picture, yes.
The main hub of it. So as the invisibility fades, you see in Jason's hand a tree bark-like spear. I'm gonna throw two of them like within that area, not necessarily aiming for the rider, but still aiming for the big guy.
Go for it.
So that's going to be 2 spears. First one's a 20 to hit.
Hits.
Second one is a 27 to hit.
27 both hit.
It's going to take 11 points of piercing damage on the first and 10 on the second.
Okie dokie.
Bonus action, those are going to take an additional bamf of force damage from... So 5 on the first one, and... Hold on, let me see if it's per hit. Yes, it is. So 5 on the first one, and 6 on the second.
Okay.
Also, sorry, that's an additional 4 for the damage as well on the spear.
Okay.
And if both creatures can make a dexterity saving throw for me.
So the Colossus rolled a 19 for a total of 18, and the rider rolled a 3.
Okay, so the rider fails as the spear, I'm looking at the wording here, give me a sec. It does say 3 other creatures within 10 feet that I choose. Can I choose not for this not to hit bot? Okay, sweet. So the rider takes an additional d4 plus 2 of piercing.
You guys watches the spears he's thrown begin to grow thorns and then just explode in a hail of wooden splinters.
Whopping 4, a big old splinter just scratches his arm. The mild irritation at best.
It just touches the black blood and then stares down at you. Anything else?
No, that's it. I'm gonna post up, ready for next.
Okay, it is the Colossus's turn. What's it gonna do? It's gonna make... Nah, after everything that's happened, it's just basically, you watch it go... And you watch as the sack begins to inflate on its throat. Before it just goes... And it just vomits this sickly green bile at Xanthia, Daxos, Defili, and Jason.
Ew.
Dexterity saving throw, please.
Yes.
Is this acid damage by any chance?
It is.
Then I'm gonna do absorb elements. To
Ooh, that's a good shout.
resistance.
But do I want to do that?
Oh, they both failed. Daxos and Defili both failed.
I've got a 16 on my save.
Add a +4. So you got a 20.
Oh, sweet.
26. Oh, 20 it still fails. 20 just fails.
Yeah, I got a 14.
Fails.
You know me.
Can I use my reaction then to grasp the amulet, point to Xanthia, and you can re-roll?
You want that? I'm really bad with dex.
That's why I'm giving it to you.
That's the exact same roll.
I know. You're just meant to be covered today. Sorry. The gods have willed it.
Daxos isn't going to use Favored by the Gods because there's no point, because he rolled a natural 1. So yeah, everybody who fails, you take 40 points of acid damage.
You have to
That's 4-0, not 1.
Yeah, 4-0.
But level
That's a lot of
16, it's not going to
damage.
be 14 ever, is it? It's always going to be 40.
The pain. The goop. We've been Nickelodeon slimed.
Actually, let me double check something. From its mouth.
You put that ruler away.
Hold on. Nope, it's out of range. It's a 90-foot cone. I'm gonna say that that's where the mouth is. And yeah, so it's out of range. It can't hit Helena or her father and brother-in-law.
I'm learning, you guys. I'm not in danger. I'm learning.
Whilst you're having this really
I'm
nice
so
family
proud of you,
moment.
sweetie.
That's all it can do.
Yeah, whilst we're drenched. Keep going, you're doing great.
Your brother-in-law, Helena, is going to just run forward. Like, basically looks at his father-in-law for a second and just, like not, like, unsympathetically, but, you know, he's still conscious there's a giant fucking colossus, so he runs forward. He's gonna throw 2 spears. So those are both going to be, I'm pretty sure I used the right stat block for this. I did not. He has a stat block of an on hoplite, so it's a +5 to hit. Natural 1. Oh, 24. So on the second attack, it takes 5 points of piercing damage, which is non-magical, and therefore it is immune to. However, just basically the spear sticks in. He's a soldier. He's not kitted out with weapons from the gods. He's doing his best.
And we're so proud of him for that.
There is condescension in your tone of voice. That's all you can
never.
do. Helena, it's your turn.
Okay. How far am I away from everyone? Should I just stay out of danger this time? I'm just going to... Yeah, I don't think Helena is looking at her dad right now. She's looking at the colossal thing, which is less scary than her dad, in a weird way.
I get it.
So she's just gonna move up a bit. And then... How far away from me are you guys? 15.
Hello as well, Moira Ravensbin, Side Kayla. Thank you for being in chat tonight. Shout out to you.
I'm going to bonus action use 2 of my charges of my scepter, and I'm going to scream, Satya! I've got your back! And I'm going to warding bond her.
Okay.
So, Xanthia.
I was going to do that to you!
I was faster.
The return of the circle buff with a vengeance.
You gave me a scepter to do it. So,
That's true.
A warded creature has resistance to all damage. Each time it takes damage, you take the same amount of damage. If the damage was dealt by an attacker within 5 feet of the warded creature, the attacker takes 2d10 radiant damage. So, remember that. Also me, remember that. Help me remember that, I say very kindly. And then, as my action, I'm going to...
Is warding bond a
Sacred
bonus
Flame.
action?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Sorry, continue.
With the scepter it is.
Oh, yes, right. Yes.
So for my action, I'm going to Sacred Flame the big guy. So he has to make another dex save.
Okie dokie. Your father watches in stunned silence as you hold up the scepter of the messenger of the gods and charge into battle to aid your allies. And as you release Incante, and the divine fire erupts. 12.
Oh, he fails. Oh, I'm doing damage, you
I
guys.
think he'd need a natural 20 to succeed. He has a -1 to dex.
Well, my save's an 18, so that is 9 plus 5 is 14 points of radiant damage.
You sear it into his skin. The abomination is looking quite rough at this point.
And that's my turn.
Botch, it's your turn.
Botch can't come to the phone right now.
He's dead? Who killed him?
Oh no.
Who did
You
it?
just see Botch fall behind the creature, just dangle from the chains for a little bit.
Yeah. All right, we will delay his turn. It is Dark Sauce's turn. Fuck it, let's delay Dark Sauce's turn as well. It's the commander's turn.
Botch is back.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry guys, my internet decided it didn't want to play.
all good. It is your turn.
Oh, thank God for that. Well, of all the timing, huh? Right. I would like to attempt to jump forward with this guy in my arms, and I want to essentially suplex him to the ground. 30 feet
Okay.
down.
Make an athletics check.
Oh, yeah.
Are you trying to like Harry and Voldemort this by like
Yes, a
lobbing
little
him
bit.
off the top shelf? Nice.
That is going to be a 22.
You only rolled a 16.
Cool. So that's my action. I'm just- and I want to.
Well, that's one attack, so it's a grapple.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Okay, so you tackle him forward. I'm going to say that uses, movement speed. Oh, accidentally. Oh man, one second. I'm going to put you at 31 as well, just so you're below the Colossus, so it doesn't create collision issues. So I'm going to say you managed to knock him. You want to knock him forward?
Forward, into the crowd of people at the very base of the tower here, of this Colossus.
Crowd of people, so your allies.
Yeah, the allies. Yeah.
Okay, so over here, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put you guys both back at actually.
Do you want to crush us?
No, I'm taking the guy off of him so he's not then in control anymore.
I'm gonna put the thing at 1 just so it
okay.
overshadows, but I'm gonna.
And then
make
we
it-
can dogpile him.
That's the plan. So he's not killing me with his 3 bullshit damage rolls every turn.
Okay.
No,
So
9
you
damage rolls every turn.
So you have that was 1 attack.
Yeah. And then going. Is he prone on the ground and I'm on top of him at this point?
I'm gonna let him make a dexterity saving throw,
yeah.
and yes, he is with a natural 2.
Good. Then I'd like to. Am I able to stand up and then go for an attack on this guy?
Yeah.
Or is that all my movement? Yep. All right. Then I'm going to attack him with advantage because he's prone on the ground in front of me.
Go for it.
Ooh, yes, please. With my new plus 16 modifier to my attack roll, that's going to be a 30.
That hits.
I've got 22 strength now. This is what could have happened ages ago, Xanthia, if I was allowed the belt. Just saying.
Fuck off, it's mine.
I know.
Do you
okay,
really have time for this discussion right now?
Okay. So, that's very nice. So that's going to be.
Yes.
That 8 plus 9 is 17. That's 17 points of slashing damage on this guy.
You just drive the sword right into the shoulder. There are no words. Face is expressionless, but his just bleeds, and he just stares at you.
Would you let me use a bonus action to try and rip his mask off?
Yeah, I'll let you do
Sweet.
that.
What do you want me to try and roll for it?
Just an athletics check. There'll be a fixed DC because it's not. It's like more just attached to his face.
26.
Just that smooth and like noseless, eyeless slat with a little craggly needle-like black teeth.
Nice. Good. Yeah, that'll be my turn. I'm now on top of this guy, sword in hand, his mask in my other hand. That's my turn.
Perfect. It is now Doxos's turn. He's going to bonus action, turn the heat on. And do another 3d8 fire damage. That is 9 plus... That is 17. That's looking pretty rough. And he can see that, so... What's he gonna do? He's just gonna use another 3rd level and do a 3rd level guiding bolt at this thing. Actually, he will spend 3 sorcery points and twin spell guiding bolt, shooting the commander as well as the Colossus.
Nice.
So that's 2 separate attack rolls. Hits the Colossus. Hits the disadvantage for the commander. Because he's prone. Oh, he's gonna miss the commander. He doesn't want to hit botch, so it goes wide.
Oh, thanks, man.
But he does hit the Colossus for a grand slam of 66 radiant damage, which is 21. Looking really rough. As this way, basically, it goes to like roar at Doxos, and then the guy like this, like it inflates like a throat, and you see like the light sort of seeping through the stitches. Just smoke comes out, and it's like it's got these like glowing ember or like orange aura around it. As the next attack against it has advantage. Commander's turn. As it stands up, and now we'll use like roars as it puts its banner up. I need everyone to please make a wisdom saving throw.
Natural 20.
Everyone within
26.
of Xanthia, please add a +4.
Ooh.
Oh my
Plus
god,
D4.
they both
D4
rolled
or
so
plus 4?
shit again.
+4.
Oh, 30 then.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right, because you're proficient in wisdom saving throws now.
Oh, yeah.
22 from Xanthia.
15 from Jason.
15 fails.
I assume.
Did you add the 4?
I did add the 4.
Do I have to roll as well? Am I in the danger
No, you're
zone?
not. It's within 30 feet of it. Just give me 2 seconds to see if so definitely gets 13. She succeeds with the +4.
Good.
Doxos does fail though. Everyone who fails takes... Shit. 11, 14, 16 points of psychic damage, and you are frightened of the commander for a minute. Everybody else takes half and is not frightened.
Did you fail,
I
Dampier?
think everyone who's within 10 feet of Xanthia also cannot be frightened.
Also,
Yeah.
I would...
Oh.
Seeing as how this guy also attempted to try to frighten me, That means I get to move towards him at my movement speed. If I'm in melee range, I get to make 2 weapon strikes against him thanks to my swords.
And this is the final ability of Nimiras. As the swords glow, the threads tighten, and Botch steels himself and just powers through and swings the sword.
Yeah, so that's 2 strikes at it. Is he still prone?
No, he's stood up.
He stood up. All right, then that's 2 strikes still anyway. Okay. That's going to be a 22 to hit.
22 does hit.
Nice. And get my D8 back if I can find it. Good lord, I have no sight in this light. Oh, very nice. That's going to be 6 plus 5, 11. That's 20 points of damage on the first strike.
Nice.
And the second one will be a 30 to hit.
30 does hit.
And that will be another 19 points on the second strike.
Both 19.
19.
Now the commander is also looking very rough.
Good.
Out of curiosity, what does that bring your saving throw total to? Because each successful hit raises, gives you a bonus to the saving throw.
Not according to the stat block that I've got in front of me, unless I'm reading that wrong. Oh no! For each attack that hits, you gain a +5 to saving throw against being to the saving throw against being frightened. So that means my wisdom save then is now +17.
Oh no! What was the total you rolled? Or what would have been the total you rolled?
Oh, then nearly 42.
42 on a saving throw for a barbarian.
Yeah.
That's got to be some kind of record.
Oh yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, that's all I can do.
Also, as Xanthia gets hit with that damage, there's a tiny little gold feather that just shoots into the thing as it takes 2d10 radiant damage from my ward.
Okay.
So that is a 7 and an 8 max. 15.
So that is 15. Looking really
radiant
rough.
damage.
It now, so because it used Terrifying Litany, it will now also make 3 pike attacks. It's gonna stab Botch twice and Xanthia once. We'll do the Xanthia one first. Oh boy. That is a 13.
No.
And the 2 Botch ones. 14 and 21.
14 misses, 21 hits.
Alrighty. So you take the usual... Oh, damn. 15 points of piercing damage.
Yep.
Plus 11... 18 points of necrotic damage and a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay, so that's...
No, sorry,
this
charisma
plus
save. Charisma
17.
Save. Charisma save for this one.
Oh,
This is charisma.
this is charisma.
This one's my bad. This is the pike ability.
Okay, that's still a 19.
Succeeds.
Nice.
You take... $10 points of psychic damage.
Cool. I'm still up. Barely.
Xanthia, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna attack it with a trident.
Go for it.
That's a 17 to hit.
17 just misses.
Okay, that wasn't that 2, so okay, that is a 9 plus 15, 24 to hit.
That does hit. So its AC is 18, so just roll 3 or higher.
Okay. So, hold on. That's 16 slashing, 4 radiant, and 2 acid damage.
How do you want to do this?
Nice.
You know, I kill things so often, but I'm not prepared to do that. You go ahead. I don't know. I'm blanking.
Okay. After you sort of quiet your ears for a second, You just sweep the leg and then straight up bury, like, center of the chest, all 3 prongs piercing, like, the heart and lungs. And then, like, twist, so you hear a crack as the ribcage, like, splits like a lobster's shell being cracked open. And the commander no longer rises. It is Amalia's turn.
Sweet.
You know what? For the purposes of fun, I'm gonna say it's Jason's turn. Because
Sweet.
it's not as fun as if it's just NPCs who take turns.
Sweet. Kind of weirdly ironic because I was going to use Commander Strike to get Amalia to attack it.
Amalia's an NPC right now. You can use it on Xanthia. Wait, Xanthia, do you ever? Yeah, you just took your turn, so she has a reaction back.
Yeah, no, it's alright. What I'll do is I'll just do the same thing again. Just 2 spears against the big guy, aiming at his big old fat head.
Okay, make 2 attack rolls.
First one's the first is a natural 1. However, that is a 15 total.
15 hits.
Okay. The second one is a
Wait, a one's an automatic miss, right?
in combat. It's DM rules.
Okay, so there's not like a hard rule.
No, it's in the
Okay.
guide, in the Dungeons Master Guide. It's like you could either make it a critical. I think 1 D&D is going to be a critical, missing critical hit.
Okay, in that case, we'll say it hits.
Sweet. Yeah, second one will hit as well. So,
Okay.
Spear number 1 gonna be a nice, big, tasty.
Or you gonna throw, or you gonna get in close? Because you could use a pike if you wanted for more damage.
No, for this because the pike wouldn't do anything because it's too large for it. So I will be using the spears.
Okay.
Spear is a 10 points of piercing on the first hit,
Okay.
and 12 points of piercing on the second.
How do you want to do this?
The 2 spears go basically into its eyes and like dig super deep, and then Jason just kind of stands there and basically just does like a count in his head. You hear him just being like 3, 2, and then it just falls down and collapses on 1.
Perfect. I'll say actually, as part of this, if you want to go for that effect, you spot something. With your perception, you would spot it. One of the mouths on the chest sort of opens wide for a second. Everyone else would have missed it, but you spot a glimpse of something deep inside, like sort of that chest cavity. It looks metallic, like with runes on it, and fastened to the basically inside with these like hooks and these cables and pipes that feed into the flesh. You spot that for a moment, and
Interesting.
knowing that, you take your moment, wait for the opening. And as soon as that mouth roars again and you catch that metallic glint, you throw your 2 spears and they find their mark. You just aim for the ones that look the most important. And whoosh, first one severs the largest cable. And the second one buries itself directly into the core. You don't see it, but instantly the power core shuts down. And you go 3, 2, 1, and this creature, and it doesn't even it doesn't so much collapse as it just stops. Like a robot that's run out of batteries, just, and it sort of just like lurches like a unmoving. It is also dead.
Nice.
Combat is over. And you all take a one. Daxos rushes over and begins healing Defili.
I'm gonna run over as well, and I'm going to cast loud. So every friendly creature within 30 feet of me, I would make sure everyone's around, heals 31 hit points.
Nice.
Yes.
Take it.
Also, remember, we still have 11 extra hit points from Hero's Feast, so they stack still.
I would have lost those.
Yeah, I would have lost those too.
Okay.
It increases your maximum, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Cool. Forgot about that.
Botch, how are you looking?
I have about 20% of my hit points left.
Oh, that's not great. You're gonna get a 5th level Cure Wounds from Xanthia.
Ooh, thank you.
Hold on. Hold on. It's painfully slow sometimes.
I'll take 26.
26 points of healing.
I'm on 69 points of health.
Nice.
We're
Nice.
not healing you anymore.
Nobody heal him.
I
Don't take damage, don't get
Perfect,
healed. You
perfect.
stay where you are.
am perfect as I
New
am.
blessing from Clothist. Whilst your hit points are exactly at 69, you have resistance to all damage.
Nice, I'll take it.
Okay. Now you take a moment to gather yourselves. And you hear Daxos say, "We don't have much time. What's the plan?"
Daxos again, there is no plan.
Of course. What are we doing about your family?
Right. My family. And Hilary will look back towards her dad. And
He's
go.
walking towards you.
She'll turn towards Daxos and just go. Okay, bye. And I'm gonna walk towards my dad.
Stares down at you. He's still walking towards you. He's just walking very slowly.
Oh.
Okay, I'll run up. I'm fast.
Okay. Yeah. You run up to him.
She'll just run up and she'll go, Are you alright?
Raises a hand.
Oh. Hi.
Cups your cheek.
Oh.
You're as beautiful as the day I lost you.
Knew that was going.
Okay. I have friends now.
He looks at.
I don't.
At this point, your
Yeah.
brother-in-law Noros chimes in. Ikarion, perhaps the reunions can wait. Sorry, Hilera, it's just.
Lady Hilary.
Nice.
We're family now. Also,
Are we?
I'm married to your sister. Pleasure to finally meet you in person.
Yeah.
Raises spear. Ikarion? Right. Your mother and sister are inside
Okay.
the house. We'll get them out.
Right. All right.
Thorax is safe. He was evacuated before due to his injuries. Aldax,
Right.
and Duris are inside with Europa and your mother.
Right. Okay, and I'm just gonna take off running, and I'm gonna go, don't kill Bakias! And I'm running in.
You run into the house?
Yeah, I'm running.
You
Can I
you run into
follow?
the
I don't want to leave her unsupervised.
Yeah.
I won't lie.
You both run into the house, and you see, there's no one in the, basically, anteroom, in the lobby, basically. No one there. But
Okay.
you run upstairs, and in the master bedroom, you basically see... Actually, so the master bedroom door is barred shut.
Uh-huh. I'm just gonna start knocking. Hello? Hello, it's safe. Hello? You're safe
Hilira does
now?
a 17 hit.
No.
Basically, the wood splinters as like a spear comes out. You're like, fuck!
Rude.
Hilira!
Hello? Hi.
You burst the door open and you see, a little older now, but two, boys, or men at this point. One with relatively short curly hair and the other with like just much longer, slightly curly hair, dirty blonde. Thorax and Audax. No, wait, sorry, not
Hi.
Thorax. Audax and Duris. Duris being the
Yeah.
youngest of the three. And, Audax second from the top.
Hiya.
What the fuck are you doing here? And they just, you are literally smothered
saving
by...
your ass. What are you doing cowering in a room?
Protecting your sister and mother?
Wow, well, I was out there fighting.
Congratulations.
Thanks. We won.
Expect nothing less.
I'll just look over their shoulders and go, hi, Mom.
Okay, but seriously, what the fuck are you doing here? And at this point as well, you see... Xanthia, you see a woman with many of Hilira's features. Though a slightly prouder, more aquiline Roman nose, as opposed to Hilira's more, I guess, button-esque one. A long, elegant blonde hair that she's tied into a ponytail, like a very tight bun. She, very prim and proper, but soon as she sees Hilira, and she just gets up and rushes over to you. And next to her, sat on the bed, is a very beautiful woman who it looks a lot like her sister, except her hair is golden blonde. She wears hers in a quasi-messy... I did actually generate art for this. She has a very loose ponytail, bangs hang down, with like just this sort of great big bushel, and a sort of an elegant Akron dress, but they both rush over and pull you into a hug. Orithia, I missed you so much.
Right. It's been a while.
Your mother, literally just like, it's a slap, but it's also just on like your shoulders. Where have you been all this time? I have been worried sick about you.
Oh.
You anything we
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know? You gallivanting in Meletis of all places? You could have gotten yourself killed. You can still get
Oh, I
yourself. Why are
almost
you
did.
here?
Oh,
Why are you
well,
here?
well, saving you guys, of course. And
She-
Akros, of course.
She looks so torn. She's so happy to see you, but you being here means that you're in danger. And she's like, oh, Hilira.
Right. you
Being your
remember my
parent
friend?
is in a perpetual state of wanting to hug and strangle you at the same time.
Well, my friends think the same thing.
A pleasure.
Yep.
I am Orithia. Sorry, Orithia is her mother. and the beautiful sister, Europa. They kind of stand there awkwardly for a second.
Xanthia, right.
They sort of like... They all exchange glances. Your mother sort of leans in. Does she know to bow her head?
What?
Does she know to bow her head? You know what? Perhaps not the time.
No, we're... Right. Right. We should probably get going because the danger has passed. And I brought a friend with me. I brought multiple friends. One of them is called Jason. He's very cool. He's yelled at me before. Then there's Xanthia. She's also really cool and very pretty. And she's also yelled at me before. And then there is...
Tell us on the way. Let's go.
Okay, but I just... And she'll stop. And she'll go... Just want you guys to know, I brought a friend. He's a little bit controversial. Okay? Touch him, you lose a hand. And I'm not joking. And she'll take out her scepter.
They... holy shit. Even your Europa and your mother are both like... Oh. They beam at you.
Right. So, my friend's name, Bacchios. We do not touch Bacchios. We do touch Bacchios, we die. Okay? You guys are my brothers, so is he. Treat him like one. And I take off running again.
All right. Whatever that was, mother, sister, let's go. And they basically are hot on your tail as they rush and are escorted out of the building. In that time frame, the rest of you are standing outside with Botch and Hilira's father, Ikarion, and her brother-in-law, Noros, and the two Akron hoplites. Two other Lectoi, actually. He sort of regards you all for a moment. Takes you in, Botch. Gives you a nod. He's gonna make a history check.
Oh, of course he is.
Rolled really high on that history check.
Yeah, he did.
You.
Me?
Don't play daft. You know this man, by the way. You know not necessarily served under him personally, but this man is a legend. He is the wild bear of Akros.
Yes. Oh, Mr. Wild Bear, good to see you.
He walks up to you casually.
Do I get any vibe of like his intent of walking up?
You don't sense it's like it's slow. It's not aggressive. It isn't pleased. It's charged, but not aggressive.
That's right. Like if it's charged enough, Jason would still like stand not in between, but would definitely stand beside Botch. Again, not in a defensive stance, just like okay, let's de-escalate. Kind of like effectively he's doing the Jerry Springer security thing.
He regards you, Jason. I'm not blind to the situation we're in. And I'm not stupid enough to believe that this... He doesn't gesture literally at you, Botch, but like he sort of does like this with his spear. Like, this is what's important right now.
Yep, very fair. Yep.
You bring my daughter back to me. You bring armies to my city. You wield blades from Nyx. That carries a lot. But no. The conversation itself is one you'll be expected to have at some point, boy.
Yep, seems pretty reasonable. Yep, thank you very much. Yeah, I'll be shutting up now. Shutting up now,
It's
sir.
basically an elaborate version of, we'll talk about this later.
Yeah. Yep.
He addresses you, Jason. Well, actually, both of you. What is the situation with the rest of the city?
God say it's good, but we've managed to carve our way through, and I point to Defili and Daxos with the help of these two, and Amalia, who's probably climbing out of the body and everything.
Forge child.
But as far as next plans, I'm at the mercy of you, and like he looks like a royal, obviously. Like
Yeah.
like, he looks like and I will address him as such, and also.
He nods.
During everything that's been going on, I probably would be getting an idea of the kind of soldier flankings and stuff like that, and getting a vibe as to how military they are.
They all look to be. So Hilira's father is obviously a general, like
Yeah,
Rose.
yeah.
He has a polemark plume, which is
Yeah,
almost 1.5 feet wide and horizontal as opposed to vertical,
yeah,
and a sort of far more pointed helm. The others all have sort of, it's definitely elite troop armor, but sort of more, I guess, standard elite troop armor. They have very elaborate crests that denote house history. Actually, that's a point. Botch, make a history check.
Oh, I'm crap at this.
The
but
DC's
let's go.
gonna be low on this one. Actually, make it with advantage.
Oh, thanks. That might not be enough. 4.
You're too emotionally. This is too much of a nervous moment for you, so you don't notice it.
Yeah.
But Jason, you basically study their fatigues for a moment. So on Icarion's shield, he has a great roaring white bear. And you know enough about Akro and basically hierarchy to know that the different houses generally take sort of more elaborate names. House of the Roaring Bear, or House of the Roaring Bear, or House of the Charging Boar, which is and so they have those motifs on their shields as well, or like any motifs you would have on a Hoplon shield. On Noros, the other Lectoi, he has. Sorry, 1 second. Noros has a red viper that sort of goes into a spiraling circle on a green field. And one of the other two soldiers has actually he has a chuckle, like a sort of like grimacing sort of cyclops face that's sort of stenciled in with a red eye, not too similar from your Shield of Expression, Helira, actually. So same concept on his shield. And the last one has a red field with a black bear on it. That's sort of in a more crouched pose. Which is, so it looks similar to the one of Icarion, but it's actually, so the bear is black as opposed to this sort of gold color. And it's on a, no, sorry, the Icarion's is a red bear on a gold field. This is a black bear on a red field. And the bear is in a more sort of like, sat down, like a walking pose. And that one actually regards you, Botch, for a moment. don't remember me, do you?
Do I remember this individual?
I'll let you roll another history check.
Oh, is this an advantage or straight roll?
So at advantage.
Oh, nice. I rolled a 2 and a 1.
Oof.
I still rolled the last 4 d20s as a 4.
He's a relatively young dude too.
In his 20s or 30s?
In his 20s.
Then I probably wouldn't know him because I would have
Yeah.
known him last when he was in his late
Yeah.
10s, early teens.
Yeah. I wouldn't expect you to. I was only 12.
Yep. You've filled out nicely. Good for you.
Thanks, cousin.
Oh,
You then recognize the crest on his shield. The crest of the stalking bear.
oh, shit. And who
You
is
see-
this? Who is this person?
His name... Sorry, I had it written down.
Cousin. Oh, shit.
His name is Fairies.
Yep.
Fairies. Oh no, God, that sounds like fairies. Fuck that, I'm
Yeah.
changing that.
I would rip into him so badly with that.
How you doing, fairy boy?
Hyperion. He basically, you're switching for a moment. Hyperion.
Hyperion, you look more badass than the last time I saw you. Good job. Yep, you've definitely been eating your eggs and you're doing your deadlifts like I taught you.
Thank you.
How's your mum? Your dad?
Sickness took father a few years ago. Mother as well. We lost Ali. Oh, sorry. Mother is as well as could be expected. We got her out quickly. At this point, Hilera, you come out with your family. Daxter's like, okay, all of us won't fit on the chariot.
I'll run.
I can run. I'm fast.
Should we maybe use the chariots to evacuate the... I don't want to say civilians, but you know, the not so adept fighters.
Civilians.
Which
yeah.
is really just your mother and sister. Everyone else is at least a
I
soldier.
mean,
Well,
I'm
you
looking
know,
at the brother-in-law who did
Yeah,
zero damage.
same.
And I was like,
yeah, we're all looking at him.
You guys are such dicks.
I know you
No,
tried, but like maybe leave this to
The
well,
professionals.
the real fighters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, dick. But he basically he says to Ikarion, we should reconvene with the other men as well, with the other soldiers. Ikarion's like, get back safe. Points at you, Hilira. Points at all of you. Get back safe. Get back quickly. Holds his spear out. Not so messengerly, but pointing at you like a mother would with a spoon. Especially at you, Xanthia. Get my daughter back to the citadel safely.
Yeah.
Militians. And he sort of
I know, right?
and he basically they get on the chariots and rush off.
Okay, you're supposed to be on our side. In this one, it's our side. Also, I love how they think that you guys are gonna save me. If I want to get into danger, I will.
On that
No one
note,
can stop me.
Hilira, and I very gently put my hand on your back and pump 3 instances of bolstering magic into you.
Oh.
So roll 3d4, re-roll the 4. For 1, 2, and 3, you recover that spell slot.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you said 3d4, and 4 doesn't count.
Yeah, re-roll it.
That is 3,
Yep.
1.
Yep.
And 1. Okay.
Yep.
Thank
2
you.
level 1s, 1 level 3. Nice. How about you, Xanthia? How you looking on the old spell? How you looking on your old mage bullets?
Very good. Don't worry about it.
All right, cool. Yeah. Yep, let's go.
All right,
You
let's
still
go.
need some more healing though, because you still
Yeah,
look
do you
like you
want some
might
more
keel
healing?
over.
No, you know what? I feel really nice at the moment. You know, just perfect.
Insight check.
Above game, I'm only saying that because I have 69 hit points.
I rolled a
But-
nat 20 for 30. How are you feeling, Butch?
Realistically, I look like I'm bleeding profusely from multiple wounds. I look haggard, tired, breathing heavily, and I'm covered in sweat. I do not look happy.
Okay,
Do you need another potion? I still have potions to hand out.
good. No, you save them for someone who needs them more.
Well, do you want, I can heal you if you want.
You look like
that's-
someone who needs that. I won't
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
You do what you're gonna do.
Okay, do you want a big heal?
There's another
That's my
horde,
last big
another
heal.
platoon of undead is approaching. Daxos flings a fireball, but please do it quickly.
Okay, but that is my last high-level spell.
Don't you fucking dare, Hilira.
No.
I'm gonna be. I'm okay.
Oh no, I don't like
I'm handing
this.
you a superior potion of healing.
I reluctantly pop the cork and glug it.
Okay, that's 8d4 plus 8. Do you want to roll that yourself, or should I?
Roll it on D. Roll it on D&D Beyond.
Defili's, just whilst this happening, Defili's basilisk eel, a thing, like sort of like, with its like fin like flying fish wings, like lands back on the ground and her eyes unroll from the back of her head. The city
30
is being
total.
cleared.
30. Nice.
City's
take
being
it.
cleared. What dead forces remain are retreating back to the bridge of Faraganx.
Oh, that's good. Should we go there? Do we want to go find our sweet old pal, Big Bad?
I didn't see anything that looked like him anywhere.
Oh.
This could be a chance. Clear the city at least.
Right. But if we clear the city, I'm gonna need a long nap. I can only do magic for so long. We've been in a lot of fights today.
That's what I mean. If we can take back the city, that could give us a chance to all take a nap.
Okay, and then we find our sweet guy. Okay. Wow, look at you guys making a plan. See, you keep asking us to make a plan, but you guys make the best plans. You guys are our planners. We're just the fighter people.
Yeah, now that.
How have you all survived this long?
Bithynia! But now that she's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes we didn't. Well, sometimes we didn't survive. Anyways, let's get going.
Very well.
Okay.
So you are choosing to just get stuck in and clear the city.
Yeah.
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 Let's do it.
Okay. I'll say as you all begin rushing off. Well, this is going to be another ability check. This is going to be a group ability check for this one. Well, I'll ask you as well. This will be collaborative. How do you go about clearing the city? Do you just search and destroy? Or do you try to comb street by street? Or basically, if you have any designs, by all means share them, and that can inform the DCs or how you go about it.
The way that I would Botch would initially go about doing this is he would go towards the nearest fight, assist in that, and then take the acro and hoplites that are in play, and then take the next street to the next fight, and then round up a force, and then essentially just do a sieve from one street to another, just killing and then adding more to our own forces, and then cycling round in the phalanx,
Okay.
where we're strongest.
Okay. Everyone else is on board with that? Okay. If you're going about it that way, there's okay. So Botch, for your part of this group check, I'm gonna ask for two things.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a fighting check, and for that, I'm going to ask you to make a attack roll with the Nimiras, a singular attack roll.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna work like an ability check, basically.
Oh, okay. That's going to be a 25.
25, very nice. As part of it as well, though, I need you to make a persuasion check. Some of these soldiers know you. Some of, not all of them will be willing to follow you into battle.
Oh, 16.
16, decent. Xanthia, would you like to describe to me anything and everything you'd like to do to participate in what will probably be an hour or more's fighting?
I think Xanthia would try to make sure that we're not getting like surprised from the back. So I think she'll occasionally use her divine sense just to make sure that nothing's sneaking up on them. And also then just assist in the fighting, like mostly focusing on the cantrips, like throwing sacred flames, and then also with the trident, like warding off anything that might get too close.
Okay. Alright, for that... Oh, I can't connect, so let me send a fresh link. Sorry, 1 second. For that, I'm going to ask for a perception check.
Perception. Oh.
As part of keeping people on top.
Do I
And
get to...
a perception check and... and an attack roll. Perception check and an attack roll.
Do I get to add anything on top of the perception because I'm using the divine sense?
So... No, but the DC is informed. It's not necessarily... Because it is basically to amalgamate you doing everything over the course of an hour.
Okay, then perception is a 14. And attack would be 22 for Atmos, and yeah, Sacred Flame is dex based, so can't roll that.
Okay. Oh, Violet's been trying to connect for 20 minutes. Shit. She can't see or hear anyone.
Does she have the newest link?
I sent it. Let me just try. Sorry about this, everyone. This will just take a second. You using your phone? Cool. Hilira, would you like to describe to me how you would like to participate?
I think Hilira is... I don't know, are there still any, like, civilians around?
There are some.
Okay, I'm gonna focus on the civilians again to try and, like, get them out of the way, get them to safer places, like, tell them where to go. And would I know... Well, okay. Would I know that people might not respond well to Bakios?
Yes.
Because
I would try and, like, assist him with my lady privilege.
I thought you were going to say something else then.
What did you think I was gonna say?
Your lady part?
No!
He's fine.
This random hoplight's like, this is hardly the time or the place, but later?
Taken.
Okay.
And yeah, that's what I'm doing, getting people out, protecting the civilians, and getting as much.
Copy that. Make, I'm going to say, a performance check, as well as a straight-up athletics check for your speed.
Okay, I'm going to start with athletics. Don't fail me, please. Oh, that's pretty okay. That's an 18 for athletics. And performance. Why can't I do persuasion?
Well, because you don't have to convince these people. It's just more about, like, barking instructions quickly and that sort of thing.
Okay. I would use thaumaturgy if that helps to, like, make my
Yeah,
voice
I'll let you
move
roll it with
louder.
advantage with thaumaturgy.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's pretty good. That's an 18 on performance.
18. Very good. And Jason, would you like to describe to me how you participate?
Yeah, I think that I would actually be mostly chatting with the king and the rest of the armies, talking specifically about knowledge of the return, and like basically being like, listen, I've never been to this part before. Do you have anything that we can use that would give us an advantage in flanking and like a place we can corner them off and all that stuff?
Okay. We have the Theron fire cannons. They're already employed, but actually. So he points to this wagon that has this sort of like hand crank, almost like hose thing that, you know, is meant to spray basically burning oil. That's been basically the horse that was pulling it has been shot and is like dead. How's your leg muscles? I wouldn't normally ask. I know it's disrespectful.
I will basically just go straight to it without answering, just basically pop it up.
Okay.
And I'd probably say as well with when Botch gets like people together, I'll probably feed back some just military orders to get everyone on the same wavelength.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I would do it in the sense of like these are orders from high up. So it's kind of just like, even though they don't know me at all, since I'm walking with
Yeah. No, so,
the big,
okay, so
the
basically,
big family.
it goes as this. After you clear the initial horde of returned that's cornered one group of soldiers, Botch, you basically charge in. It is a whirlwind of rage and steel as limbs fall. Xanthia, basically, more of those night veils begin circling down, but they're quickly met with jabs from the trident, which keeps them at bay. Hilira, you moving civilians out the way as best as you can, keeping them clear of the rubble. And Jason as well, backing Botch up. Each return meets its end at the end of a long spear. As you clear that horde, you have the first conversation. They are hesitant at first because they have animosity towards Botch. But aside from the fact that this isn't the time or their place, they know not to look a gift horse in the mouth, and seeing a bunch of incredibly powerful fighters wielding divine weapons does a lot to assuage their concerns. And so they converse, and Jason, you're basically in a blink lashed to the sort of cart thing, and with all the strength you have, you charge, and you're treated to the sight of Jason rushing forward, barreling and like basically skewering returned, whilst there's this one soldier on the back spraying a flamethrower. And clearing a path. You all keep charging, and you arrive at one intersection, and you see a group of civilians that are basically cloistered together. There's maybe about 4 dozen of them that are basically being surrounded with a very thin ring of maybe 30 hoplites. As at this intersection, there are returned bearing down from one side and another side. Daxos. Fuck this. And he just puts his hands to the ground and casts Wall of Lava. And just basically bottlenecks the shit out of this as they basically... Hundreds are burned to ashes trying to cross this wall of lava. Whilst the rest of you... And the ones that do just about make it through, boom, start getting their heads blown off by Defili, who's basically on sniper duty. Boom, 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 boom. And the rest of you charge down this gigantic column. Jason, you're still spewing fire. Botch, you running forward, hop just in time to land on Xanthia's trident as she basically shoves you forward, barreling you fastball special style as you just charge in, just it is just it's back-to-back Avengers moment as you're all together clearing. Amalia roars and unleashes the full fury of Moros, devouring souls as she charges along. Skotinos flies back down as well. And he just releases these musical notes, and he just, like a cloud of red feathers, like razor blades, shred through an entire column as well. Hilira, you get your licks and you... Unless it's like you strike like multiples, but at your speed they just come apart like leaves. And in slow motion you shove one lady out of the way before the rubble hits her, round them all up, and then direct the soldiers back in that direction. And bit by bit, street by street, you clear it. And you fight for a solid 3 hours. With moments such as the cart exploding as it finally runs out of fuel. The cart finally running out of fuel. Jason, without almost even blinking, you slice yourself free and keep charging. You spear 3 with a pike in one go, letting them go. Just another shot of Hilira running up vertically a tower to catch an infant dropped by his mother after you bade her to, knowing you would get it, looping back around and running. Xanthia just slash left and right. Over yonder, a returned maid fires a magical bolt, and she hits it back at him with a cascade of exploding steam. And Botch, you flick out Nimiras to their full length, and just holding the cables, you and just garrot a whole line of returned. Masks, showers of golden masks falling to the ground. Another shot of Daxos and Defili back to back. Him firing a column of fire whilst Defili fires a column of lightning. Cut to another shot of Skotinos grabbing 2 mage-like return and flying up and dropping them. Before, again, flying to strafing run. But by late afternoon, the city is retaken. And that's where we're going to go to break.
Jesus.
We'll be back here in, let's say 9:30 This feels a little. Yeah, no, actually, let's say 9:30, because that's just a nice even number, or in about 18 minutes or so. For those of us in the sweltering heat, grab yourself a drink. And thank you so much to our lovely audience, and we'll be back here really soon. We are DC30.
Bye.
And we're back from our break. Welcome, welcome. And we get right back into it. At this point, the sun has... It's not... The sky has changed color. At least it has made the initial color change. It's about 5 p.m. at this point, roughly speaking. But whilst the casualties on your side are certainly not... It is certainly not a curb stomp. This is a hard-fought victory. Certainly, it's not Pyrrhic by any chance. It's not... It does not come at a great cost, but you got what you paid for. Taking back the city, if that makes sense. When this tide starts turning, the undead forces within the city... Well, actually, the undead forces within the city are not able to escape and are systematically routed and destroyed. What remains of the forces outside that had engaged your main army, once the tide turned, retreated to the further half of the bridge of Faragangs that spans the canyon. After orders were given, the undead were not pursued beyond their half. They remain on that half of the bridge. The bridge, despite being as large as it is, still nonetheless creates a convenient funnel where numbers count for a lot less, and rather than get drawn into a protracted conflict, the dead are simply allowed to fall back slightly. The rest of your forces move in on the city and compound the street clearing. And soon enough, you find yourselves just double tapping. Anthea, you in particular, just going up to a different undead and just giving an extra thrust, twist, just to make sure none of them rise. And amongst all this, true to form, true to your word, you see the brigands and fighters and mercenaries, basically the fighting forces of Regenia, the criminal pirate state, for lack of a better term, are permitted to harvest the gold masks. They're given dirty looks, mind you, but a deal's a deal. And while this is happening, you see Daxos, as well as many other mages, in the process of trying to quickly create something that'll plug the hole in the wall to help refortify the city. They're basically just going to create a pile of debris in that section. So, Tempest. You have a moment. You get the sense that much discussion will need to be had before long. But you do have a moment. Is there anything you wish to do?
Can I go talk to Bacchus and Hilera just to check in how the Acrones are faring. Like mentally,
may.
emotionally. So, how are we holding up?
As you speak to Botch, he is leaning against the wall, sort of like gently, just like nuzzling his head against the brick masonry. Just, and as you come up to him, he sort of stops and gives you a look that essentially says, "You've caught me on a very, very bad day." And I say to you, Xanthia, yeah, so I'm fucking exhausted, and everyone I save seems to either want me dead or want me to just kill myself. It's like being at high school all over again. And that's above table, by the way.
Mood.
Yeah.
Mood.
But apart from that, it's at least good to see, you know, the old place is still standing, and that eventually I will be able to just do one and run away. Like I did 10 years ago, knowing that at least, you know, Melodies might be fun to kick around for a while. At least I've got my long drop back there.
Yeah. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you'll always have a place in Melodies. So, I mean...
Thanks. Yeah. What do you think of Akros? You know, lovely city, got great sights, great food, when it's not, you know, under siege and shit.
Yeah. Beautiful architecture. People are interesting. Definitely not looking at Hilera right now.
I like to imagine when she says beautiful architecture, she like places her hand on a column to admire it, and it crumbles. Like just like.
Sorry. Yeah. Hopefully, I'll someday see it when it's back to its glory. But it's impressive that the city was standing for as long as it did. You, Hilera, quite the reunion.
Yeah. Hilera will just kind of walk over to Butch and just kind of like lean on you and give you a little side hug.
There's
Yeah.
not much of a response. I'm just there. I'm still now staring at the wall. Fuck me. This is not good.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad day, honestly. But yeah, the reunion was alright. They were actually pretty nice. I expected there to be more yelling and like, Hilary, you've been gone for like almost a year. Where have you been?
Defili chimes in. The heat of battle can do a lot to make someone glad to see you, but speaking from personal experience, the yelling might still be down the pipeline.
Damn it! No! Well, to be fun. But yeah, you also just met my parents. I'm sorry about my mom. She's,
I'm sure she's a lovely lady in other circumstances.
yeah, when you get to know her, you know, she's a stickler for the rules. Oh no. Every time I say, Bacchus, manners, I'm just like my mom, and she'll just put her head like against, like Bacchus' side, like, now I am just like my mother.
Defili chuckles at that. That's the problem with nobility. They're accustomed to deference. But they've got to learn sometime, so, just, keep at it, Xanthia. I'm sure they'll get used to it.
Yeah.
I am in so much pain. Just FYI, she had, like, 20 hit points at the end of that.
Oof.
How are you feeling? Like, you and
Yeah.
little you.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Oh, that's on your shoes, Xanthia.
Prestidigitation.
Sorry.
No worries. It's been a long day. This isn't even the worst thing that I've been covered in today, so like, don't even worry about it.
Well, and now I want a kebab. Fuck.
Yeah.
So fair. Fuck yes, are you okay?
I'll be fine once I'm away from this city.
Okay.
Once we've dealt with the threat, I can just go away and actually find some form of peace.
You don't want to go back anymore?
Not really. It's not really my kind of place now, is it? Everyone's always so, oh yeah, you've got to have a home, you've got to be happy where you come from. No. Home is where you make it, and I've not really felt any joy being back here, even though I got to kill a lot of things, which has always been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our homes,
You learned the
Loaded
lesson I
expression
learned.
anyway.
Sorry, go ahead. Xanthia.
home is loaded expression anyway. It's complicated. Doesn't have to be where you come from. I mean, in some way that will always be a home, but it doesn't have to be your, well, the home of your heart.
Defili chimes in. Family isn't blood, Bakios. It's who you bleed for. And I think you're realizing that. Hyperion approaches you all again. Carrying a small bundle. How are you all?
In need of a nap. And some therapy.
I feel that. You were here, what, 8 hours? Think of how I feel after a month.
Yeah.
More, I think. I lost track.
Actress does that to you.
Well, didn't expect the nations of Theros to come barging down to save us, so I assume you all had something to do with that, so thank you.
Yeah, we're very good politicians.
Insight check. Natural 1. You must be the best politicians if you got this gaggle to agree to something.
There was some yelling, some negotiating.
We had some very good arguments, namely
You did.
divine weapons, also
I see those.
covering some age-old conspiracies.
Oh, yeah, we did that. Fun times.
Well, sorry, I'm very fucking tired. Sure, I don't need to tell you things are going to get complicated before too long.
Wait, why are they gonna get complicated? I don't like complicated.
Well, this fight isn't over. And
Oh, okay.
the matter of Bakios being back here is still at play.
Okay, but he saved everyone.
I know.
Yeah, I know,
you-
and I'm probably gonna get killed anyway. But I
No,
knew that when
you're-
I knew that when I knew that when I came in here.
We're gonna get
No,
you
you're
out here
not gonna
alive.
get killed. You're not gonna die.
You should know, Lyra. We Acrones have literally no chill.
I know. But I'm not gonna let you die.
Maybe it isn't.
And I'm stubborn and I get my way.
What if it's Clothis's will?
Then I'm gonna have
highly
to have a
doubt that.
conversation with Clothis.
Let me get the popcorn.
I mean, if we have to fight a goddess,
Super powerful deity who controls the will of fate in her hand versus Hilira, it's going to be an even contest.
I think
100%.
the odds are skewed towards Hilira.
Yeah, I'm gonna win. No disrespect, Clothy. I love you, but no. You're not gonna die. He's not gonna die, right?
He's not gonna die.
No.
I might be put to death in front of the entirety of Akros as a savior of the
No.
city and as a sacrifice.
And then we'll bring
No.
you back to life, and then okay.
And
so
then
what,
I'm
they
gonna
killed
burn
you, he served his
Akros to the
sentence.
ground.
Easy as that.
Please
Yeah.
don't. I live here.
I know, you better run. If they kill Buckius, you better run. All bets are off.
Look,
He's my
Hyperion.
conscience, man.
Yeah, Hyperion, yeah, you better leave. She's kind of in one of her moods. She isn't going to stop until either everyone's dead or she gets some alone time with Xanthia.
What?
I wanted to speak to you for a moment, cousin.
Sure.
Okay, we'll leave.
No, you can stay. I don't know. It's been what, 10, 11 years? How are you?
But, you don't know this. You're young, you're 22, right? You've got your whole life ahead of you. Even if you weren't exiled, you've still got, a really good amount of life in ahead of you. I have nothing, and I am so tired. I am so tired. But I'm okay. Yeah, I've got some people. People who look past my stupidity, my rudishness, my capacity to take gigantic shits everywhere. My willingness to jump headfirst into the fray because it seems like a fun idea at the time. I've got a good crew. How about you? How's your life going? You said you got a daughter now. Nice. Little Hyperion got laid.
Yes. Ilaria. She's my little tornado.
Oh, how old is she now?
18 months.
And how many? And what weapons can she wield? Yeah, is she good with what the dagger, the blade, the bow, the crossbow? What can she?
Well,
do?
she's quite proficient in the food that she's supposed to be being fed. She can. She wields that as a thrown weapon.
Ah, good. I mean, sorry to say, she might have gotten that from me. Sorry, not sorry.
She does burp louder than me, so maybe.
I'm so proud.
But things were things did change after what happened, but
Yep. What happens when you make a colossal fuck up?
I don't remember much of it all, to be honest. I wasn't there. I didn't sit in on the trial or anything like that.
I'm amazed
I
there was
was
a
a dumb kid.
trial. I was amazed there was a trial. Normally, someone like me would have just been put to the death immediately. But yeah, I was there was a bit of mercy going on. I was very lucky. Some would say unfortunate to be exiled, but I was able to live.
As this is happening, by the way, he makes a gesture and then basically a guess, field mess hall type situation, like a setup. Like basically, you guys are brought some form of like roasted meats in a wrap, so you basically guys get to have a meal.
Nice.
I remember hearing that was a surprise as well, but it is what it is.
I know, right?
I just know I don't think me or my daughter would be alive right now if it wasn't for you all.
Oh.
That's got to count for something, right?
Well, that depends. You know, what does Lady Tyrannica? Is that was
Queen
her name, right?
Tyrannica, yes.
Wait, what? She's queen now?
Queen Regent, yes.
When the fuck did that happen?
King Anax and Queen Simede are gone. You know about this, but you would know about this. This would have been big news. It's something I've also alluded to before in game. So, King Anax died. Supposedly due to illness. And Queen Kimede vanished in a column of fire.
Oh.
She was an oracle of Keranos.
Okay.
Their niece, Tyrannica, rules, being the closest thing to an heir there is.
Fair enough. Is she good? She doing a good job?
She's battered from all sides, but she does very well.
If I wanted to have a frank discussion of ideas, where might I find her?
She's seeking you out. She'll be here before long.
Oh, sweet.
She's aware.
Oh, good. Isn't that something fun to look forward to?
Look, whatever happens, if for some reason I get anything to say about it, I'll vouch for you.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Hyperion. It's very generous of you, cuz, but I don't know how much help that's realistically gonna be. But I appreciate it nonetheless.
It isn't Queen Tyrannica I'm worried about. It's
What?
King Ethon. So, to clarify, Akros is a diarchy.
Yeah.
There are two kings.
Yeah.
Queen Tyrannica rules one throne. King Ethon, a grizzled old man, rules the other throne.
Okay.
But you all eat, and about 30 minutes later, you see a procession of the most heavily armored Acroan hoplites you've ever seen, with just sort of like full-plated gold armor and long pikes, flanking a woman with raven black curly hair, very dark tanned skin, and a hoplite helm of her own that crests forward almost like an eagle's claw, of like sort of very tight red strands of red hair, of red fur, that almost is like a forward shark fin. Ilira, you know this woman. Botch, you know this woman. Most of you have heard this woman, but you don't know what she looks like. This is Queen Tyrannica.
Yep. You called it Hyperion. She really came out of the woodwork, didn't she?
She basically strides forward. You also spot she has Molpadia next to her. Molpadia is basically at this point speaking for at least all of Melitis as far as that's concerned. So she's kind of treated with her whilst everything's been going on, and you guys everyone's been catching their breath as the city is retaken. Queen Tyrannica. You are Tempest.
That we are.
You have the gratitude of Akros, allowing us to retake our city. and bringing forces to allow us to retake our territories and drive the dead back. For that I, nay all of the city, thanks you. Hilira, Lady Hilira of the House of the Roaring Bear. Welcome home.
Wow.
She acknowledges. Bacchios, of the House of the Stalking Bear.
So,
Welcome home. We have much to discuss. She cocks her head, and the hoplites basically take 16 steps out to basically create a... They create a perimeter, but also give, like, some privacy. Oh. That's twice you're putting me in a gigantic pretzel, Bacchios. You know that, right?
what, my lady, it was not. Sorry, your grace. It was not my intention.
No, I know.
However, circumstances beyond my control, i.e., an army of dead people, forced my hand.
You're right. Which is really fucking frustrating.
I know, isn't it wonderful?
Do you know how much easier it would be for me if I could just kill you right now? I'm just being frank about that. I don't mean any malice, but...
You could certainly try.
Please don't.
I don't want to have you killed, Bacchios. The only reason I say that is because I have vipers chomping at my heels right now. Like always. Because of my very tenuous position.
Right. What are the names of these vipers?
How much paper do you have? All of Akros? You think you're the only ones cursed? With the rigid, inflexible... bullshit tradition that the city purports? We may make fun of Miletians, but they understand the concept of being reasonable far better than we ever did.
Well,
General Molpadilla, thank you kindly for treating with me. I will ask that you proceed as you have specified. Molpadilla nods and basically does like a whistle, and like a bunch of different Miletian soldiers begin like fanning out and just like... You don't necessarily know what they're doing, but they're basically mobilizing.
can we do anything to help with your vipers? Do you want me to talk to my father?
Oh, that would help.
I
That
know it
would
won't
definitely help.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
do you like
this fight
need him
isn't...
to-
Oh, so go ahead.
Do you need him to like vouch for Bacchios? Like, what do you need specifically?
Your father's reputation is legendary. If he vouched for Bacchios, that would help a lot. The soldiers respect him. The politicians respect him. This fight isn't over, though, and we still need to deal with the dead. And that's another tricky situation, but we'll put a pin in that for a moment. I'll fight for you, Bacchios. I will. I'm not blind to the gratitude I should be showing each and every one of you for what you've done today, for what you intend to do today. And it pains me that I have to even contemplate anything other than showering praise upon thee for all you've done. Know that. I do hope you know that.
Oh yeah, I'm aware. I accepted my fate the moment I stepped over the shattered wall of Akros back into the land I was banished from. I'm aware.
Yet you carry the blades of Clothis, I'm told.
Oh yeah,
All of
these
you
bad
carry pieces of divinity, blessed by the gods. The next heroes to carve their name in the stars in the annals of history and myth.
Yeah, it would be very bad if you killed one of those heroes. Because, you know, it might send one of the other heroes spiraling and into their villain arc.
Or multiple.
Point taken. Botch. No, I hate that. Barkios. Your blades. May I see them?
I would like to roll an insight check to see what what kind of intention she has once she gets these things in her hands.
Make an insight check.
Insight check. 15.
She's gonna make a... She's gonna roll a d20 on this. She's not trying to hide it. That's a natural 2.
Steal them.
No. You sense a kind of very, like, low-key desperation. Almost as if she might be hoping rather than believing that they're fake. Like, looking for any flimsy excuse to be out of the situation she's in. She's like... You get the vibe of someone who knows they have to do the right thing, knows it's gonna, at a bare minimum, cause them no small amount of stress, and is looking for she needs something to believe in.
I hand her. Yeah, I draw both Nimiras short swords and proffer them to her handle first.
She doesn't even necessarily need you to let go of them. She just basically examines the blades. Well, she'll take them from... The strings are still tethered to your wrists, but she takes them from you. She basically runs her fingers along one of the series of glyphs along the sides of the blade. Elvelia Istara Munkaitara Istara. Do you know what that means, Barkios?
Would I know what it means?
Do you speak Celestial?
I do.
It means fate rarely calls upon us at a moment of our choosing.
Ooh, fancy.
She hands them back to you. All right. Barkios, if you are serious about returning to the city its savior, if you believe you have atoned, I'll stick my neck out for you.
Very much appreciated. Just one question, and not that I'm trying to look a gift horse in the mouth or anything. Something that's always been weighing on my mind now for almost 11 years. You should have killed me. Why did you let me go?
Come. We need to have a longer conversation. Your friends may come as well. And together you begin to walk. Daxos chimes in at this point. He's rejoined you all. Does this need to be a private conversation? And, Orbius says, indeed. Daxos takes a key out. Opens up his magnificent mansion.
Nice.
Convenient. Thank you, Forge Child. The guard go to protest, but Taranika literally just, fuck off, I'll be out in a minute. Jesus fucking Christ. The door shuts, and you are all in this space. Daxos just waves his hand, and like one of his Golemaic servants brings some form of snack. I spared you. Because I failed you in some way.
Do tell. Gripping Nimaras very noticeably hard at this point.
Perhaps if I'd told you more, you might have acted differently.
Maybe.
You were not told who you were to transport. That was by design. You became recommended to me because I was informed that you would ask few questions. I spare you because I fear that was my mistake. I was so preoccupied with keeping a secret that I failed to live to the purpose that secret needed to exist at all. The individual you were transporting, her name was Lady Sophia.
Would I know that? Would I know that name?
You would not.
Okay.
Did I know that name?
Make a history check.
History check. Okay. Okay.
So she'll clarify. Lady Sophia of the House of the Swift Falcon.
Oh, that's a natural 15 for a 21.
You do know Lady Sophia. She would have been 6 years older than you. A little bit older than your sister. She was a pretty girl. Had sort of short, very straight blonde hair. And she was the only daughter of the House of the Swift Falcon. She seemed nice enough. You maybe spoke to her once. Lady Sophia, you obeyed to escort Lady Sophia across the Catachan Mountains. To get her to safety.
Yep.
Because Lady Sophia is not actually of the House of the Swift Falcon. Lady Sophia was the only child of King Anax and Queen Simede.
Oh. Right.
I painted a giant target on your back, and I hoped that if even you did not know what you were carrying, you could fly under the radar. But that obviously did not pan out.
No shit. Well, you seem to have done very well out of this whole situation, Your Majesty.
Do you think I like this position?
Well, it's better than being on your own for 11 years.
I don't actually know that. I have to caretake an entire fucking nation. My rule is tenuous at best, because everyone else thinks as you do. And I'm not going to lie and say that I don't realize the circumstantial situation doesn't paint an ugly picture on my behalf. But that's the thing. When everyone thinks it's you do, it's not exactly pleasant, is it, Bacchios? You think I want to rule? I don't. I live every day with this boiling knot of bile in my stomach when I realize that I failed my cousin, I failed my aunt and uncle, and I failed this kingdom. What'd you roll?
I was rolling to see whether or not I would do this. I take Nimiras and bring the very sharply bring the point of the tip of the blade to just under her throat. Do not speak to me about inner pain and suffering again, or I will take Nimiras and sunder your entire existence with one gleeful slash of my sword. You think you know pain? Try thinking your entire family, kingdom, and life was for nothing because of one mistake which you think you made. The only reason I do not kill you is because of the woman stood next to me right now, looking at you, Hilera. She saw one semblance of good in me that I forgot was there, and it's only for her sake I do not want to disappoint.
I'm sure I would be powerless to stop you, Bacchios. But do not, for a second, act the mighty.
Oh, no.
I may have kept a lot from you. But that does not absolve you of abandoning your duty for the sake of your bloodlust. If I failed, so did you.
That is true, but see how I have learned and grown. And I take Nimiras away and sheath it, and take a few steps away. And I'm actively not even looking at her anymore. I'm turning my back on her. I'm just, hands on hips, just deep breathing exercises.
You fucked up because all that came into your mind was killing. I fucked up because I miscalculated.
I'm ignoring her at this point.
She's not stopping talk. That does not change what I have done. That does not change what you have done either. What matters is what will we do now? You fought for your redemption. I'm willing to fight for your absolution.
It's at this point that I turn around and say, well, let's fucking get on with it then.
Very well. for what it's worth. I am glad you all came. Were it up to me alone, your slate would be clean, Arceus. As long as there's a breath in my body, I will fight to make that so.
I move past her and go to exit.
Wait.
I pause.
She pulls out a bundle. I understand if you have no interest in speaking to me. I can't imagine I'm your favorite person at this moment. But maybe we can help each other make up for what happened in the past. I can't give you back your life, but I don't think I need to. It seems you've earned yourself a whole new life, and she looks at your companions. I will help you overturn your exile. That I promise you. Just help me save this city. These...
Everything.
Go ahead.
No, everything I do is for her, and I point to Hilera. Nothing I owe you not my forgiveness nor my allegiance. And we both have our deeds to bear. Be a fucking Akroan and face your consequences.
Ditto. And then be a fucking Akroan and face your consequences with full colors and pride. She hands you the bundle. This belongs to you. It was given to me by your family as a token of apology. I give it back to you now. Consider your station reinstated, at least until I'm overturned. Until or if I'm overturned. Wear your fucking whip colors with pride. Found family or not, an Akroan heart beats in your chest. And she hands you the bundle.
What's inside?
You pull apart, you see a set of clothes. A series of almost like leather belt straps, like a wide thing of like individual leather straps that bind around the chest this way. On the other shoulder, like a big red sort of toga-like sash that has the emblem of the stalking bear. There's a small ornate gut plate that sort of like rests like a large wrestler belt buckle that sort of completes into a leather battle skirt that goes just below the knees. There are a second section of wraps that go down to the wrist, but they sort of start here, that they can be wrapped around. Ornate sandals with sort of more ceramic knee guards that have motifs of the stalking bear painted black on otherwise sort of white ceramic greaves. The sandals themselves are beautifully hand-woven and stitched together. It's sort of clothing combat fatigues that are basically the regalia of the House of the Stalking Bear. Your father wore these once. his grandfather too. Sorry, his father before. They're an heirloom of your family.
Taking these, I move back into the house, and I go to I take as I take the bundle slowly into a room away from you guys, and I'm gonna take some time to slowly put on the gear of my ancestors.
Okay. You do also have to attune to this gear, just FYI.
That's fair enough. But I will wear it. Is there an item in D&D Beyond for me?
Stalking Bear's garb.
Nice. Oh, I'll take that. Cannot find it. It's not loading.
Try Everfighter's garb. I don't know if it didn't change in time.
Ever smoking bottle, ever bright lantern. No.
Did I not? Hang on a second. Collections, my homebrew creations. Yeah, Stalking Bear's garb. It should be in the collection.
Can you add it for me into my character sheet?
Yes, I can. 1 second.
Lovely.
Collections, my campaigns. Whilst Botch takes the time to put that on, Taranika.
I can see it, by the way. So it is
You can see
working.
No.
I would say turn off your homebrew option, like turn it off and on again. Sometimes that's worked for me in the past.
Oh, where do I do that in D&D Beyond again?
If you go to manage,
I can add it for you.
Character settings.
I've added it for you and I've attuned you to it, so you can...
Oh, thanks.
By the way, just FYI, the way this works, so this is clothing, very specifically. It is not armor.
Yeah.
But that works both ways. So it does not interfere with your unarmored defense ability as a barbarian, but it does not provide itself a bonus to AC.
Yeah.
But you cannot wear it at the same time as your...
As my fused chimeric hide, yeah. That makes
It
sense.
works
So I'm
like
taking-
clothing in Baldur's Gate 3, basically.
Oh, sick. That's awesome. Oh, that's so nasty, and I'm really all about it. I love it.
Whilst Botch takes the time to put all that on, Queen Taranika just looks at you, Hilira. You must think I'm a monster.
Not really.
What would you have done?
In what situation exactly?
Lady Sophia's identity was kept a secret. She was raised in the house of the Stalking Bear. No, sorry, in the house of the Swift Falcon. Because there was this, as early as infancy, there was an attempt on her life.
Right.
You believe that if no one knew who she was, no one would come after her. I tried to protect her. I tried to protect Botch by keeping that secret. For 11 years now, I've been asking myself if simply telling him wouldn't have made him focus more. At the same time, is this not a soft patronization of low expectations by not expecting a soldier to do his fucking duty and not chase, mad with blood, dropping his guard and his protection? Even if she were no more than a noble, he was given... I don't know.
Well, we're all still human. At the end of it all, we all have our flaws.
I know.
And I think holding on to the past is not gonna help us in the future.
I know. I've been trying to let go of the past for 11 years. I'm hoping now that you're all here, all of you, and especially Barkios, can help me and Barkios forget the past finally.
You don't
I'm
have
willing
to forget
to
it.
put in the work if he is. I know. You're right.
You can hold on to her. So, if you're giving him his title back, do you not need me to talk to my dad?
Oh, I can pass an executive order, but that is not going to
Oh.
stick if we don't fight for it. So I do absolutely still need to speak for your father. I can
Okay,
make the snap
okay.
decision, but in order to cement it, we will need every trick we have. Now, you're bringing a whole army to save us.
Yeah.
You've got my word for what it's worth, as well as your word, as your father's word.
Well,
And,
I got to talk to my dad if he's gonna give his word. I don't
Cross
want to
that bridge when we
speak
get
for
there.
him,
And the forge tiled, I hope. Yeah. For what it's worth, I'll help.
Yeah. His name is Daxos, by the way.
Sorry. Naxos. Thank you.
So
I am confident we can park this, at least for the moment, at least while the dead remain a problem. But that leads us to the second problem, and we need to discuss this at greater length with Mulpadia, but we have a choice.
Oh.
We're going to chase them across that bridge and beat them back.
Okay.
Numbers aren't an asset anymore in that situation.
No.
Not saying we can't win, but it could very easily get very messy, and I worry this may be what Timarit is banking on.
Okay, can I give one little suggestion?
Yes.
And you can totally shoot me down. I've given this plan before, and my friends have always been like, no. A bomb.
What kind of bomb?
I don't know, but they're all hurdled together because they want to get over the bridge back to us.
Collapse the
So we
bridge,
could just-
you mean?
Well, that would be kind of a waste of a bridge, but we could if we could get them all on the bridge.
They are all on the bridge.
Oh, then totally collapse the bridge.
We could collapse the bridge.
Yeah.
If we collapse the bridge, however,
Yeah.
that would allow Timarit to retreat back to Odunos.
Right.
We'd
Right.
save the city, but he would get away. We need
Well,
to ask
okay,
ourselves, are we okay
letting him go?
with letting him go, or chasing him back the hard way toward Dunos and laying siege to that city ourselves?
Oh,
It's possible that the lives we'd save collapsing the bridge now, we may pay back more so if we decide to allow him to recover his strength, or chase him back and lay siege to him on his terrain. I'm not saying we can't collapse the bridge. I don't know that it wouldn't be a walk in the park to slay him in his domain. I doubt it would be a walk in the park, but you know what I mean. I just...
Yeah.
We need to consider the pros and cons of those choices.
Do we know where he is?
He knew you were coming.
Oh.
I'd wager he wants to
How?
exhaust you as much as possible
Right.
before you're to face him.
Right.
I'd wager we're going to have to carve our way through an army of dead before we get to him.
Right.
Or clear a path.
Do we have anything that can fly here in Akros? Except for people.
Plenty of things. Wyverns, but so do the dead.
Right. I'm not a military person. Zatia! Jason! Bakhios is busy.
I'll say
Yeah.
at this point, Bakhios emerges. Describe your demeanor wearing this garb.
If you've ever seen the film Tarzan, The bit when Tarzan walks out wearing his
Father's
Western
suit.
clothing, that kind of meek, but also like, damn, I look good.
Yeah. So you see these red like fighting wraps that go like just above the elbow, just bare chest, except for like these like string of like leather harnesses that go this way, held together with like a metal ring in the chest. A sash on the other side that connects to like the battle skirt, and a large belt with the emblem of the stalking bear, and these sort of ornate ceramic greaves, leaving the toes open for the sandals.
Yep.
Would you like to share what the item does, or would you like to keep that close to the chest?
I will keep that because it does some interesting things. I will keep it close until the time is right.
Very well.
Because there's one ability that will come in clutch, I think, very soon, and I kind of want it to be like, oh my god, thank fuck for that.
Yeah. And hilariously, your AC increases.
Actually, no, it's the same.
You with unarmored defense.
Yeah, but
It's- Unarmored defense is 8 plus your dex and con.
yeah.
Oh right. Oh wait, how did
Yeah,
you get
it's still
16? I
16.
thought it would be 15.
It might have been one too high because I've been wearing the fused chimeric hide. But it's
Yeah,
been
but
the
so chimeric. So hide armor is 12 plus dex mod max 2. So
Yeah.
that's 14 plus 1 because it's a plus 1 armor 15.
I don't know. It's just fused. Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh, my unarmored defense has been the same forever. I should have had a lower AC, but I don't know.
Oh, good.
It's D&D Beyond being
D&D
giving us
Beyond is
fuckery.
D&D Beyond, absolutely. So hilariously, your AC remains unchanged.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll say, Botch, at this point, you join in the conversation as well. But yeah, so you can... Illyria yells, Jason! And Botch!
I go over, and as I walk up, I say to Tyrannica, you know what the difference is between you and me? I'll make this look good.
Calm down, Joey Wheeler from Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged.
I was expecting you to get that one particular reference, but yeah, thanks. Excellent.
I swear to God, every session, Ali and I have our private game of like reference tit for tat.
Yeah, I appreciate that, but yeah.
Queen Tyrannica takes a moment to catch you off, but also says, "It suits you.
Yeah, it does.
You're basically caught up on the discussion that was being had. Collapse the bridge versus." And at this point as well, it'd be a walk and talk thing, but Tyrannica will invite you all to exit the mansion, and after about 30 minutes or so, there's basically a small, like, you're led to this, like, not abandoned temple, but, like, basically a slightly ruined temple of Eros has basically had a large table put in the center of it, and, like, Akron, Meletian, Telathonian, like, it's just like as many generals as possible are crowding into this room to have a longer conversation about, like, what is the plan? What is the next plan? There's like a Sorry, 2 seconds. I'm gonna take my medication. And Tyrannica also quickly recaps and resummarizes a lot of conversation there. Hoplites of Akros. This is Tempest. They saved us. Even our own, including 2 of our own citizens. Bakios of the House of the Stalking Bear, and Hilira of the House of the Roaring Bear. Oh! Oh! Oh!
Lady Hilera.
I am your queen. Dial it down a notch, sweetie.
I whisper, I knew you liked being called milady.
Only by some people.
Oh, God, the emotional damage.
Nonetheless, the threat still remains. We are grateful to all the nations who have pledged warriors We're pledged people to this cause. Even the raiders of Scophos. To you, we swallow our pride, and we say thank you. And the Minotaur's like... But the fact remains that the dead still hold Faraganx. One way or another, we're going to have to do something about that. Now, it has been suggested that we could destroy a lot of them by collapsing the bridge. There's a lot of boo hiss, like particularly from the Akroans as well. Like, that bridge has stood for centuries. It's like deny us extracting their vengeance piece by bloody piece. No, I want to stab some faces. It's like the Akroans are being like, no, we can take them. But some of the Miletian soldiers are like, no, hang on, like you can rebuild a bridge. Like we'll help you. It's like a no, and you take a moment and you realize, Hilira, even you botch like a tiny bit. You can't believe it, but you're grateful for the amiability of Miletians. Like you slightly is like like you did not expect to find yourself missing the reasonableness of Miletians, and you're like, oh my god, I forgot it. Like I've been taking this for granted. There's like basically almost all the Akron generals are like shouting about like charging like through the hardest, like most bloodiest form of fighting them across the bridge in order to take back everything without destroying anything. Silence! If we're going to discuss this, we need to have a rationed discussion. Lord Icarion, of the House of the Roaring Bear. I realize now the mistake I made naming your houses so similar. In my head canon is you guys are actually like loosely related in that way that like noble families are. Kind of like it's like a Stark Karstark or Stark Mormont situation. Or like if you go like a few rungs up the family tree, but like not immediately. What do you say? And Lord Icarion. My Akron pride compels me to say that it is our duty to take back Faraganx as a whole. We need to send a clear message that we will not shake. We will not break our resolve, and we are just as prepared as they are to carve our vengeance into their hides. Send a message that will rattle them for millennia. Make them think twice about doing this ever again. If we simply collapse the bridge, we may send the message that they can still achieve a Pyrrhic victory by getting us to destroy ourselves. That being said, I don't want to throw away Akron lives, any lives, if victory is not certain. I just fear the only way to truly end this will be with Timaret's head on a spike. If we're going to do that, we have to play his game. But those are my thoughts alone. Very well. Tempest, What say the rest of you? Good talk.
I think that prolonging this any further will just cost more lives. And I don't know if we can afford that.
Bakios, what say you?
I say we hit them hard and fast, and make and carve a crater in their racial memory so deep that they never come within and displaced within 1,000 years ever again.
A lot of them hesitate because, again, it's kind of palpable. They're like, "Oh, that guy," but a great many of them still go, "Yeah!" And a lot of the Delathonians too. Like this kind of splits along city-state lines a little bit. The Miletians are totally okay with collapsing the bridge. The Delathonians, which are a bit more of a warrior culture, like Acherons, are all for like doing this the hard way. Skotinos, at this point, chimes in. I hate to say it, but we did come here to kill Timarat. Lyra, this is your home. I'll defer to you. I would just hate to cause more suffering down the line. Perhaps even after we are gone. And we could have done something now.
Right. In your head, Jason, you just hear, Jason, please say something. Please just say something. Tell me what you're thinking.
Dyson's face stays very kind of like stoic. It seems that since everything that happened with Bakios in the mansion, he's been more quiet and reflective. And you would hear back in your head, if you came here with a purpose to kill a god, look at the room. They cannot help you directly. Many of them will lose their lives. But if they lose their lives fighting for a cause to end more suffering, then you simply play a numbers game. The value of a life can't be measured, but suffering now for peace later may be worth the risk of ending this as it stands. These are your people. They will listen to you, but speak with conviction. We are behind you.
You'll hear back in your head, I don't know what the right choice is.
You say that to everybody.
No, it's in his mind. He
Yeah.
hears it in his mind.
I would say that he would then probably come stand beside you and like kind of like arm on your shoulder kind of thing, and would say to everyone, if you've all come here with the purpose, it needs to be a majority vote. Whatever we decide here, Hilera can speak to the people, and due respect, Your Highness, and obviously bowing to the Queen. The voices of Tempest, and he will gesture to everyone else, not including himself. The voices of Tempest in this, having just saved this town, should be respected as the ones who were taking the greatest risk, as respectfully no army, Crowan, Militian, whatever, has the means to defeat the god like they do. In the nicest way possible. For lack of a better term, a human shield might be needed to get them into the town. Unhurt, untouched, and with all their resources intact, if not most of them.
How quietly do you say this?
I'm kind of saying this as like a round table kind of thing. I'm not kind of like saying this is like a speech for most people.
Sure,
it's
sure.
It's most directly to like the Council of Elrond, basically.
Yeah. Keenthon is with you all as well. It's true. Hilira, you grew up with stories about me, Elspeth, Liliana, Ajani, Kiora. We all could do nothing when we fought Timaret. Let us do something now, all of us. Let us finally make a difference. We can clear a path. You are of Akros. You know, any one of those warriors would give their lives in an instant for your cause.
Yes. She'll look at her dad and her brothers and her sister and her mom, and her eyes will look for another person she hasn't seen in a while.
He's there.
Cool.
He's not saying anything, but he's there.
Yeah, she's making like brief eye contact.
He waves at one point, but he's not sure how like to respond.
I'm not sure but if we fail, then people would have died for nothing.
What if he comes back 10 times stronger and is undefeatable? People will have died for nothing then too.
Fighting for the right cause never leads to death, by no means. If you're fighting for the right reasons, death is simply the release from it.
Right. So once again, no bomb.
No, Hilira.
Oh, we can have bombs, but they'll have to be a bit smaller so they don't collapse the bridge.
Oh, okay.
Tell you what, Hilira, I will personally make you a bomb.
I was about to ask if you could make me just one so I can just throw it. Just.
You got it.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Queen Taranica says, I'll reiterate, I am grateful to those of the other nations that have come into our aid. I have no right to ask this of any of you. But if you march into battle with us one more time, we just might be able to rid this earth of Timaret finally and furthermore. Tempest here. Wield the weapons of the gods. Keenthorn at this point, like, literally just yes-ands and is like, my name is written into the annals of this history, of this city. Songs are sung about exploits of mine and my compatriots. We could not kill Timaret. Us, legends, as you call us. We failed. But we have a chance now to succeed. Where mine and my own failed. Acroans! Do we take back what is ours? Piece by bloody piece? Oh! 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 The Acroans were like... They were already in the car. Like they were already on board. Like they were like, you had me at hello. Queen Tanaka says, and the rest of you? Molpadia chimes in. All right, boys, ready to save Akros again? And there's like some scathing looks from the Acrons as the Miletians go, yeah! Woo! Molpadia says, and at this point, like the Delathonians, the Leonin, like everyone's like, Molpadia turns, all right, I think it's settled. Guess we do this the hard way. And I'll say that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Nice.
Yeah, good ending point. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight. I am surprised I did not melt, but I'm still here, just about. Ali, how you doing? Alex, how you doing?
Uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable here.
I feel you.
My fan has been blowing on my thighs for the last hour.
I need to get a fan because I'm reliant on my window at the moment, and I had to shut it after a moth the size of a sparrow flew in.
Oh yeah, I had a big honking moths earlier. I was like, oh, fantastic. This is not going to be traumatizing later when I think of spiders on my face.
At least spiders can't fly.
That's a horrifying image.
Quickly, furiously writes down stat block. A spider with
flying
moth
spiders.
wings. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Tune in next week for the new BBEG.
Don't you dare.
Plot twist. It's not even like a monster. It's just like a regular ass spider with moth wings, but it still defeats you all because you're like, oh, oh, oh. No, okay, sorry, maybe for another time, but I remember finding out how much Alex hates spiders after they were already in the giant spider dungeon in like episode. I think
Oh no,
15.
yeah, that was literally a session where you were like, "Hey, we've got any phobias?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not really great with spiders." And you were like, "Ah, shit." And I was like, "Well, if they're not like real looking, it's fine."
Yeah,
But
no,
actually,
they were
those
pretty
those are
cartoon
fine.
looking.
Yeah, those ones are fine. And my phobia has actually kind of changed a little bit now, so it's a weird one. Phobias are strange. We don't know why.
But yeah, I'll lead that into Alex. Would you like to tell these fine folks about yourself?
Yeah, you can find me on the Clock app under Zanderlee VA, starting to do voiceover stuff and reading some little scripts and such. And we'll most likely probably be doing some overdubs of a very particular Larian Studios game at the moment because it's really popular and you need to get those views.
Awesome, possum. Hilira, would you like to tell these fine folks about yourself?
Yes. Hello. I'm Virla, and I play D&D sometimes. On Saturdays, we're currently still on break. I am not entirely sure when we're coming back, but I play on Roll Positive Gaming on Twitch. I play Ilithius Lear Ashgrove, a vengeance paladin with memory loss. Then on Sundays, I'm here. And then I also have Instagram. It's Virla.Louise with an E at the end. That's me.
Bringing us to Tamara.
Hi, most places on the internet you can find me at Mar_Innated, except for Instagram where it's Mar_Innated.
Perfect. And last but not least, Ali, the man of the hour.
No, attention, I hate it. Hey guys, you can find me on Instagram under @AngelUndies. I like to do cosplay. I like to do cosplay commissions. I like to play the shit out of some D&D and make lots of minis for people. I think I've made about 300 minis this year, and I'm not even kidding.
300.
Yeah. You will find me most Sundays here because hey, I love playing D&D. It's great. So yeah, let me know if you need anything made. I can probably make it for you.
Do check it out. It is some amazing stuff. Oh, total side point, by the way, but this was episode 123.
Oh, that pleases the inner autistic.
Represent.
Autism, fuck yeah.
Autism is pleased.
Ali, we are getting matching shirts that say that.
Coming in to line everything up in size, ascending order.
Can you get the matching t-shirts to be one of them says autism and the ... and the other one says ... fuck yeah.
Yes.
I want the autism shirt.
Deal. I wanted the fuck yeah shirt, so we're in alignment.
Dude, I could not pull off a shirt that simply says fuck yeah. I'm not that cool.
I'm not that cool. I'm still doing it.
Shut the fuck up. You can speak multiple languages like it's nothing. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Felice sentirlo.
When you win an argument, it feels good.
Well, all I said was that makes me happy to hear. Yeah. And as for me, you can find me on Instagram at electrum_cosplay, and you can find all the show's socials at DC30 official on all platforms, on the Clock app, on Instagram. The YouTube VODs, you can search DC30 Theros on YouTube, and you'll find all of them there. And if you like this content and you want to see more of this content, you can join our Discord for all sorts of things like tokens. I'll be releasing the Flesh Colossus token next, the one I used for this session. That was a lot of fun, from Bigby Presents Glory of the Giants, as well as tips and tricks on how to flavor your campaign for an ancient Greek setting and more of that good stuff on the Discord. Link is in the chat. And just a quick reminder, there will be no session on the 17th. Because I will be in Germany at that point in time. Will I be in Germany? No, I will still be in the Netherlands at that time. I will have just come off the back of Elfia, heading straight to Brugge, where I'll spend a night there and then head to Germany on the eve of the 18th, and then rest of the holiday there. But yeah, we will be back on the 24th with preparations for the Battle of Faragank's Bridge. It's going to be messy. It's going to be fun. And can't wait. We'll call it there. Thank you all so much and have a lovely evening. We are DC30.